I mean, Wall's only.
Okay, I'm telling you, we are recording right now. So,
Alrighty.
Bill, hold on.
What?
Let me see here. Y'all can keep talking. I mean, I thought that was interesting what y'all were talking about right there.
What were we talking about?
About how we had views.
That's
Okay,
the
Mike, where
rumor
we
I've
at?
heard.
Where we at, Mike?
You know,
You would
I
have thought
heard-
that we would have gotten a countdown there. Like 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're
hey
on
now,
air.
hey now, hey now, hey now. Okay, you want to do it again? Hold on. 3, 2, 1.
That thing never said off air.
how's it going?
Oh, it says on air?
What's up, boy?
Welcome to Frantic with your host, Mike,
Ensign Mike.
and co-host, Walls.
The Wallman with special guest. Boy, we've been talking about him for a while now.
I'm
For
pretty
at
sure
least
we've
2
mentioned him in
weeks.
every episode.
Oh, I mentioned Bill at least every
Nice.
episode. So we have
In a
Mr.
good way, I
Bill of Bungie's fame. So, Bill, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Bill. I'm old. I've been running a comic store for 1,000,000 years. Met you guys both through the comic shop, which is cool, or not, depending.
Most of especially my younger years, were spent in the Bungies.
It's true. It was a lot of hanging out back when.
But that brings us to our list today, Mike. What's our list?
So today's episode is top 5 favorite My Little Pony characters.
Episodes. Okay.
Walls has a list of 100.
Joey's number one. That's it.
I don't even
Walls
know
has a
one
list
My
of 100.
Little
You got to
Pony.
cut it down to 5.
No. We're not doing that. I told you in the pre-show. We're not doing that. We're doing top 5 best superhero movies.
Yes.
Thus, we got the comic guru. Hell, most of my comic movie love came from listening to Bill talk about the comics before I even knew what they were. I mean, Watchmen and V for Vendetta and the greats like that, and then they become movies. As we're sitting there hanging out there. So,
True. Good movies that the author of the book did not like or didn't watch.
Yeah, well. Instead, we
Was
got
it
that
Neil
League of
Gaiman?
Extraordinary Gentlemen movie, and it was not good. So
Neil
Yeah.
Gaiman?
No, Alan Moore.
I'm just messing with you. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Yeah.
great comic, terrible movie, or not good movie at least.
Well, how's everybody doing? We've been surviving the snowstorm.
Rain
Oh,
again?
it was. I mean, it was a close one.
It's still
Rhinoculus?
snowing. I'm sorry. It took me an hour to get this snow effect. I'm definitely going to use it 2 episodes. Okay, we got to get the special effects in when we can. So we
Was
got
it
to come
snowing in here now?
Yes, dude, it's still snowing.
I thought that was dandruff, but okay.
It's still snowing.
Hey, so quickly, let's go to Claire outside giving us the weather. report.
Unfortunately, Claire has frozen to death.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh well.
We're going to try to thaw her out, though. This is like Captain America. She's going to be great when she thaws
she's
out.
going to come back better than ever.
Yeah, it's just like
So
Captain
not
America.
quite to death. That's
Yeah,
okay.
or she's going to come back the Thing. It's one of the 2 things.
Oh.
Zombie.
Okay, so I guess we'll get on the path here. Let's start with the top 5. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
So, as always, we let the guest start first.
Yeah, Bill, start first.
Okay,
Oh, now, hold on. I want to point out that we have a hater on this channel.
we do.
Yeah, and honestly, he kind of pissed me off. Claire hit me up and said we had a hater, and I said I wasn't going to be petty about this, but to hell with him, He doesn't. What he said was really stupid about DS9 too, and I'm not even going to bring his name up or fat shame him or something like that. But he's like in the episode.
Don't fat shame me either. It hurts my
I'm
feelings.
not fat shaming anybody because we're all overweight here. But he's talking about how Cisco was trying to fool him with Romulan L. That didn't happen. The guy didn't even see the episode. So you know what? I'm going to let it go. We got one hater. Hopefully we have many. It could have been Mike disguised as a hater. I don't know.
Well, that was through TikTok though. He might not. He doesn't even watch the YouTube channel because you asked him to, and he said no.
My wife just walked through and gave me the stink eye. Said, "Well, we might have 2 haters." But
what man watches TikTok? I'm sorry.
I just got into TikTok because of the channel.
I mean, I get it. It's very popular and it's cool and all, but when it comes to Frantic, I kind of like the YouTube part of it, but okay, Bill, you're prepped and ready now, buddy.
Yeah. I'm going to start us out with Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi, starring Tobey Maguire.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man, is he a superhero character?
Yes, he is. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and he got all sticky and webby and all this other stuff. And,
Okay, well, tell us about it, Bill. What do you love so much about it?
It's Spider-Man. The first Spider-Man was really good. Didn't love everything about it. Willem Dafoe's great. Didn't like the cost. Didn't like the mask and all that. So I kind of, when they did the second one, everything seemed to work. You had a villain who his motivations made sense. He had a relationship with Peter, and Melina's just great in the role. Everything just works about that movie for some reason. 3 is a mess. 1 has problems, but 2, I thought they really nailed it. And that's such an important movie in the history of comic book movies for sure. Because without those successes of X-Men and that Spider-Man and, first Batman, none of the rest of it happens. So that's a very important thing. I actually saw something the other day. Tom Hiddleston said we owe everything to Tobey Maguire, which I thought was a really interesting statement.
I think that's a very fair statement, honestly.
Yeah.
That movie, I remember it was, I want to say maybe Conan O'Brien, and they had like a clip in that movie. Obviously, I really liked the first Spider-Man. I thought the first Spider-Man was a really good movie. But you're right, it was good, but it like obviously Green Goblin's mask could have been better. Whatever. Right. But in that they showed one clip, not a trailer, a clip, and it's that clip where Mary Jane leans in to kiss Spider-Man, and he gets hit with the spider sense, and the car comes through the diner, and he grabs Mary Jane, and it's just a beautiful wow, right. This is a super. It's like the first instance where I was like, spider sense tingling, which I saw in the cartoon and the video games and stuff. Wow, that was awesome. That was an awesome use of the spider sense tingling.
Let's not forget another true hero of this movie and the Spider-Man trilogy, and that's J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh my God!
How great is J. Jonah Jameson?
It's great.
Great point.
I kind of hate when they bring him back in the Tom Holland that he's bald and they didn't do the J. Jonah hair, which is such a trademark.
He's supposed to be like Alex Jones in that version.
Yeah,
right? Right. Kind of like Info Wars, but you're right. The Daily Bugle's J. Jonah. There's a meme out there, right? To this day. Well, are you serious? That meme is still floating around. We got to be 20 years after that movie's been released.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons is always great, but yeah, he's excellent in those for sure. Perfectly cast. I mean, it was almost
serious?
Who can you think of? I mean, he's there. A lot of people could have played that role. He just seems absolutely perfect for it, though.
Yeah, and like you said, great villain who is not evil per se. Like.
Right.
He gets electrocuted, and then the chip that's supposed to keep the tentacles from taking over is fried, and he actually ends up saving New York at the end.
Yeah.
So, but another great sequence, that subway train sequence.
Oh yeah,
might be one of the greatest superhero save sequences, and it brings up a point that I like to say. There's not enough superhero movies where the superhero saves people. Like the new Superman had a really kind of started doing that a lot, but let's say Man of Steel or some of these darker Superman movies, they don't do that. But Spider-Man saved that entire train and almost sacrificed himself. I thought it was a wonderful sequence.
Well, and in that sequence too, you had he gets demasked, and you have a father on there who looks down at him and is like, "Wow, he's a kid. He's like my kid's age."
And then the kid gives him his mask back.
He spends a lot of time without the mask in this movie for sure. But yeah.
What'd you say, Bill?
He does spend a lot of time without the mask in the movie, and no one figures out who he is. Kind of weird. But another thing I love about this, it shows a lot of. It gives you some of the past Sam Raimi skills. There's all these scenes with the tentacles where they're acting on. I mean, it's almost. It reminds me of Army of Darkness or the Evil Dead stuff with the way things move and the way they use the camera.
Yeah,
it's a lot of
definitely
Sam
have their
Raimi
own.
Their
a life of their own, right? They're their own character, kind of like a tree that was searching, like you said, in Evil Dead.
And Bruce Campbell is in it.
And Bruce Campbell. Yeah.
Shoelace.
That's when you said that the other star of the trilogy. I thought you were going to say Bruce Campbell because he's Bruce Campbell.
He's a star, no matter how much time he has on screen.
Exactly.
Let's see. I don't know. Spider-Man 2, that was a great choice. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say. The villain was great. Mary Jane is really horrible in that movie to me. I
And the
gotta
second
say.
one?
Well, and like I love how like the internet is kind of, you'll see things on like Instagram or whatever. It's like he should have went with like the horrible landlord's daughter,
The landlord's daughter, yeah.
who this sweetheart's making him like sandwiches and stuff.
Made him a cake.
Yeah,
She made him a
and-
cake.
yeah, okay. She's not the best looking woman in movie history, but she's okay. She's fine. She's she's a very pretty woman. But she treats Peter with like respect and sweet, and Mary Jane just keeps crapping all over him.
It's an ultimatum. Like, come to my play or forget about seeing me.
Yeah, you're not gonna come see me do this shitty acting. That we're not gonna date. I'm gonna date Jay Jonah's. Well, she was dating Jay Jonah's son, right? The astronaut.
Yeah.
So, okay, great choice. Is it the greatest superhero movie all time?
No.
Okay.
He just named it as number 5.
That's why I put it number 5. Are we starting at 1? Okay.
No. Okay, so the way I look
here.
at these top 5 lists, and I told Mike this, all 5 of these movies could possibly be the greatest. You're trying to argue, it's your opinion, Bill.
Right.
I think that somebody could say that Spider-Man 2 could be the greatest superhero movie of all time.
Right. You could.
I mean, there are people who think Predator 2 is a great movie.
You know what? And that's one of our non-haters, and we respect that man's opinion, Michael.
Because we want him to keep watching the channel.
Yes. Subscribe. No.
Wait a second. No, never mind. I love Predator 2.
Yeah, well, one day you'll come to understand how great it is. Okay, what's next?
All right, I'll go next. All right.
Yep.
So Bill was speaking of this, talking about like the early movies, which without these movies, you don't have the MCU. So I went with one of those as well. I went with Blade.
Wow.
Without Blade, you don't have these movies today. And Blade's rated R, right?
Oh, definitely.
Rated R
Dude, there's
superhero
so
movie.
much cursing, so much nudity, so much gore in that movie. It's got to be rated R.
Yeah. So basically, for those of you that don't know, I assume all 10 of you watching will know what Blade is. But Blade basically is Blade was born a vampire, but he was also born with this special power of being able to walk in the daylight. So
Yeah.
he is the vampire that they all want to be. This movie opens with one of the greatest openings of all time, like horror, superhero, whatever. This poor kid is headed to a rave or a club where he thinks he's going to have fun, and finds out that, wait a second, this place is full of vampires.
Yeah, they start spraying blood all over the
Start
place.
spraying blood from the sprinklers, and luckily for him, Blade comes in to handle business. But this is where we first run into one of the best characters in the movie. And Walt's laughing because he knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Quinn, played by Donald
Logue.
Logue. And,
This guy literally gets his
I love
ass
Donald
kicked
Logue in
the entire
anything.
movie.
this guy gets the crap beat out of him the whole movie.
Me
He
and
gets
Mike,
both arms cut off.
yeah, me and I was
his-
discussing his arm was cut off. What else?
Both of his arms get cut off. He presses his face into the subway.
Right.
He gets set on
He gets
fire.
set on fire, yeah, in the beginning.
His death is kind of like he just jumps at Blade and I think Blade kills him. But up to that, like, and he's comedy in it. Like, at one point you think Stephen Dorff's going to do something to him, and he's like, no, he's messing with me. No, he's messing with me. Great character. So think what I mean, just going from that, Blade is a great character. Wesley Snipes is incredible. When I think of people born to play characters, I've always thought of, Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man, maybe Christopher Reeve playing Superman, and Wesley Snipes playing Blade, because he's perfect.
Yeah, and we grew up in a time where it's like you hear Black Panther. We finally have a African American superhero. We've already had it, Blade, and this was 20 years before Black Panther, and he's phenomenal. And
he's incredible.
He's just, to me, I mean, as far as a Marvel, is he did Stan Lee invent Blade?
No.
I I don't think so. No,
I think Marv Wolfman's in two
that
movies
is
after
Marvel.
the
You're right.
10. So it should be, I think it could have been Sherry Conway, but I think it's Marv Wolfman by that point.
Pretty sure you're right though. It's Marv Wolfman. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
To me, when I watched the movie not too long ago, you get a real timestamp, a real like 1999, which
It feels like it.
you everything was black leather, and 1 year later the Matrix comes out, and to me Blade was doing a lot that the Matrix did. It's kind of, I was telling Mike, all it needed was some bullet time, and it's the Matrix. So, but it came before the Matrix, like the action sequence. New Line Cinema actually was the production company with it, which, man, dude, they're like hit or miss. They'll come out with Mortal Kombat, then they'll do Annihilation, then they did the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and Blade is somewhere in the middle of this. Like, you just didn't know what you were getting when Spawn was there, and the special effects definitely feel New Line Cinema-ish. It was a Warner Brothers company. It was probably a lot of the post production was done in Atlanta because that's where Time Warner was. It was a Time Warner operation, but yeah, that was.
Well, this was made. Nowadays we have it different. We're getting 4 to 5 superhero movies a year. This is back when you were lucky to get 1 or 2, maybe a year if you're lucky.
True.
But yeah, Blade, great character, great side characters. Yeah, Chris Christopherson playing Whistler, incredible. Stephen Dorff, who I talked with Walls about. He's okay. I've always felt like Stephen Dorff was like Christian Slater light.
Yeah.
But he's good in the role. It is kind of silly that the vampires can get out into the sunlight with like suntan lotion.
Yeah, you put sunscreen on. But
Which
it's hokey. I mean,
I like that though, because there's some hokiness to the movie too. Because there's
Christian Slater a vampire in Interview with the Vampire? Does he get turned?
No, he's the guy interviewing. He's the guy interviewing them.
But he gets turned at the end, right? Like he gets bit at the end. Isn't that what happens?
Tom Cruise does bite him at the end.
Okay, but you
While
never
he's
see
driving.
him as a vampire. Because you said he's Christian Slater light. I would like to see what his vampire. I could go back and see what his vampire version was.
Not that I dislike Stephen Dorff. I mean, I think he's good in the role. I don't know. I feel like Deacon Frost could have been a little better, but that would be my only.
Well, I was telling you that the old vampire order. What was his name? Gear. He just passed away. So he was definitely in a lot of late 90s movies. A lot of 90s flicks.
It's been a long time since I've watched this first Blade, but you have to talk about how it became a successful franchise. Del Toro directing the second one, and then he shows up in Wolverine and the Deadpool Wolverine not that long ago. So
it's a great little sequence where he's
really,
like, "There'll be only one Blade,"
and there's the great little bit in What We Do in the Shadows where all the vampires show up blades, and that's so funny. So it's worth it just for the. I mean, it had an impact definitely on other things getting made because of the success of that movie.
I would love to see one more Blade movie.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
Like they were talking about with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was talking about doing like a Logan type thing with Blade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to do a Logan.
Mahershala Ali. What, 4 years ago they cast Mahershala Ali, and they've never. It started and stopped, or almost started several times. So I don't know what we're going to get. They're talking about the.
I think it's been canceled. I think
there's talk of there being what's the group name? We'll have Man Thing and Werewolf by Night.
Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns. There's talk about a Midnight Suns movie, which I think.
What? Explain to me what's Midnight Suns.
It's basically all the horror characters in the MCU. So they did the Werewolf by Night.
Like Ghost Rider and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Those guys. Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be cool if they could get it done, but who knows?
Okay.
That was my number 5. That next to Walt there.
Well, I thought that was a great choice. I like both choices. So my number 5.
Horrible choice. Oh wait, go ahead.
As I'm sitting at the comic book store, as 22 years old, what's the comic everybody has to read, Bill? It was known as a literary genius.
Obviously Watchmen.
Exactly. Yeah. So Watchmen was a graphic novel that I highly recommend anybody read. I've got, I think, 2 versions. I got that big one you had, remember? It was like this one. And, everybody, it said, geez, how are they going to pull off a Watchmen movie? It's going to be very difficult. I think Zack Snyder did a very good job, personally.
No doubt.
I think he clearly loved the source material. Obviously, you can't do it complete justice with like the Black Pearl stuff, which he tried to add later on and put in. But I just, I rewatched Watchmen today, and I was struck how it's structured. Like the beginning is all Blake, the comedian. It's finding out how everybody met the comedian. How Dr. Manhattan had an experience with him in Vietnam where he shoots the pregnant lady. It's such a dark sequence, and how Ozymandias, he pretty much gets the idea that he can't save the world from the comedian because he's like, oh, Ozymandias here will be the smartest man on the cinder. He basically says, you guys are clowns. You're never going to be able to save anything. So it's like the comedian runs throughout that entire movie. The second chapter is like the story of Dr. Manhattan, which is so weird. Like I said, the way it's structured. And then it kind of goes into like the big ending where you find out that Dr. Manhattan is getting used and Ozymandias is the bad guy, that kind of thing. But visually, it's just like walking into an 80s movie. You could tell he really liked, Snyder tried to do like old school Batman 89 kind of aesthetics to me. It's pretty gory. I'm not going to say. Honestly, I thought there's certain scenes I think he goes over the top. Like, there's a scene where Dr. Manhattan blows these criminals up and there's just blood and guts everywhere. I was like, okay, that's a little much. That's not in the comic, but to me, it was a really great try to please everybody. Because you're not going to please anybody, especially not Alan Moore. We all know that. But
something you mentioned there, about how the comedian led Ozymandias, kind of led Ozymandias on his path with that. He also is the one who kind of lets Dr. Manhattan know that he's losing his grip on humanity when he shoots the pregnant lady and he tells him, he's like, hey, you could have turned the bullet into butterflies and all this. And Dr. Manhattan's kind of like, I'm losing my grip on humanity.
You're losing touch with humanity. Yeah, and you're exactly right. And there's so many great little. I'll tell you what the movie does better. I think they do Dr. Manhattan so much better in the movie than they do in the comic. They took the squid stuff out, which I hated.
Yeah,
and making Dr. Manhattan the explosion is so much more brilliant to me. Then
that's the best change for sure.
I always hated in the comic that. And this is a major spoiler if y'all haven't seen it. Dr. Manhattan basically blows Rorschach up to make sure that the hook doesn't make sure that Dr. or Ozymandias doesn't get accused of it or what am I looking for here? What word am I looking for? He doesn't go down for the crime of what has happened, so the world can be saved. Yes,
he frames Manhattan for sure.
He frames Manhattan, but and Rorschach wants to come clean and say, no, this is you. You did this. And Dr. Manhattan kills Rorschach. In the comic, it cuts to freaking Night Owl, who's in the sack with freaking Silk Spectre. And I'm like, that's your buddy, man. Your buddy just bought it outside. He's gone. He's a puddle of mud. The movie has this incredible scene, though, where like Night Owl comes in and he's like, he comes outside and sees what Manhattan's done to Rorschach and goes back inside and beats the ever-living shit out of Ozymandias. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, and Ozymandias doesn't even fight back. And I just was like, okay, thank you for adding that, because the Night Owl in the movie cares about Rorschach. You can just tell he does. Yeah. And Rorschach cares about Night Owl. I don't know if you noticed or not, but if you watch the movie, Rorschach is always watching Dan Draper, making sure he's safe, because he thinks somebody's out to kill Soups. So he's waiting for them to attack Dan. He's always like at the funeral. He's with them when they're on a date. And I told Claire, I said, there he is. He's got the sign. Rorschach's got the, what does it say?
The end is nigh.
The end is nigh, which is in the comic, but it doesn't like imply that he's looking after his buddy is what he's doing. He's watching so the Soup Killer don't go after Night Owl.
When Rorschach dies as well, like you pointed out, the blood splatter looks like a Rorschach.
course.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I mean, Rorschach is such a great character in that, and I remember Bill, Mike and Bill both. Mike, you can back me up. It's one of the greatest trailers of all time. I remember when the trailer come out, and we're like, we have to watch this trailer, and I'm gonna have it play in here in a second, but. It's got Smashing Pumpkins doing like a track off of the Batman and Robin soundtrack, and it's a great trailer. And I remember, Bill, you used to be like, dude, they've got the mask down pat. This is pre like super CG stuff. Like the mask looks good. And I thought, what is it, Haley Joel Osment? What's his name?
No,
Jackie Earl Haley.
Jackie Earl Haley did a phenomenal job. He should have got an Oscar, especially that prison sequence. But yeah, it's the movie. I like I said, Snyder had to break it up into almost 3 different movies to try to make it happen. And I really love the comedian. I thought he's great, even though he's a horrifying human being. I mean, they in the comic they imply he was involved in JFK. They straight up show you he assassinated JFK in this one.
Oh yeah, there's no bones about him being a very bad guy who's done a lot of bad things. And the one thing interesting about this movie is that the casting, there's not like a lot of. I mean, Jackie Earle Haley was a child star.
Yeah.
He was not a big star at the time.
There's no stars in that movie.
He kind of just started making his comeback, and so most and a lot of them have gone on to do a lot since then, which is cool. But yeah, the fact that he got this movie made, I give Snyder complete credit because guys like Terry Gilliam had the rights at one point, was going to make a movie for 20 something years. This movie everybody had been trying to make it and nobody could get it done. And to his credit, he got it done. And,
and there's just a few things I would have done differently, but for the most part, I really like the changes. I thought, the Dr. Manhattan on Mars sequence is beautiful. My God.
Right.
Now, you told me, like, I was trying to explain to Claire, Bill, but I remember asking you, like, what the hell is he building on Mars? And it's a watch, right?
The watch, yeah.
Because his dad was the watchmaker and that kind of thing. But it's like an elaborate watch that he's floating on.
Yeah.
And when you find out that freaking she's Edward Blake's daughter, what a hit. Because the mom was basically not, you know what I mean? I can't say it on Frantic, but without her will, but she's really into him. So it's kind of a weird take. Like she really likes Edward Blake for some reason, even though he did try to take advantage of her. And then to find out that that's her daddy is such a great sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Another powerful scene is when you find out why Rorschach became mainly the way he was.
Oh, my God. Yes.
What this guy had done to this kid. And it just drove Rorschach over the edge and made him.
That moment, like, he's got bad moments. Like, they show that his mama was basically like a woman of the night. And she was having men over while he was a little boy. But then you're right. That's a sequence they changed. That's funny you bring that scene up, Mike. In the comic, he gives the child or whatever, a saw and say, hey, cut your arm off and you might get out of here. In the movie, he straight up takes an axe to his head. Rorschach kills that dude, Yeah,
it's a tough scene, but it goes to prove why. I mean, Rorschach, they even make a joke, Silk Spectre and Night Owl, when they're talking about some villain that would come around and be like,
punish me.
He's like,
what happened to him?
Rorschach threw him down an elevator shaft.
Rorschach threw him down an elevator shaft. Yeah, Rorschach was a psychopath. But, and I go back to, I'm going to talk about one more sequence because I love the beginning where, like, Blake is watching TV and you don't know who it is. Bust the door open and they have this incredibly choreographed fight scene. He takes the mug and it hits the 3001, knocks the one off, which is a nod to Snyder's first movie, 300.
Well,
yeah,
that's first, yeah. And he made the Dawn of the Dead before, or the Dead remake before that, right?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
That's where we got Running Zombies.
I mean, I knew he did a Dawn of the Dead remake, but which one was first?
Yeah, I think that's first. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I highly recommend anybody watch Watchmen. It's
Well, another
It's a
from
different
my
kind of
friend,
superhero movie. It's
right?
supposed to be, it's supposed to be grounded in reality. The government, has outlawed soups. There's been this, Nixon is still president after 4 terms or something like that. So
Right. Well, and I don't love Snyder usually, but this film, I really like 300. I really like this
I'm the
film.
same way.
And I will say the trailers for both of those movies probably sold more copies of the graphic novels than anything else. It's the Watchmen had been selling forever, but when this first trailer came out, I had people come out of the woodwork to buy that book. And same for 300, and people didn't know what that was. So
And
I was very happy with
hey,
those.
that's why we have you on this podcast, Bill. You have that unique insight being a comic store owner. That
Yeah.
honestly, to me, this era that Watchmen came out in, let's give it 2000 to 2015. Like middle MCU was an incredible era as far as comic movie adaptations, and it seemed
Right.
like there was an excitement to the comic got that just doesn't happen today. At least that's what I
Yeah.
feel.
A lot of folks got burned out, and especially post, most we'll say post Endgame Marvel. That's disappointed a lot of folks, even though I think there's still a lot of great stuff in there. But yeah, there definitely was some burnout in the more recent years.
Well, it seemed like the movie would come out, and I'd be like, "Hey, I want to get this comic."
Oh yeah,
What is a comic I would love to see get made? Punisher kills
right.
the Marvel Universe.
Oh, yeah.
But it seemed like just like you said, I probably bought this comic because of the trailer. 100%, I guarantee that's probably what happened. So, okay,
All right. Let's go to Bill with his number 4.
Let's see. Putting these in a certain order is difficult, but which of these to choose is difficult because I want to put a Batman. I mean, the first Batman, the Tim Burton Batman. I had it playing when this started, and I was like, "Is that my one?" But it's got too many problems for me. I can't stand Robert Wuhl in that movie, even though I think he's a very funny writer.
He's pretty horrible.
Just lots of, Jack's performance is just not enough for me to make it number one. Soundtrack's amazing. Keaton's great. Visually, it's amazing. But I'm gonna go with Batman Begins.
Wow.
Just because it starts this other franchise, and Dark Knight gets all the love for that series, and I love that movie as well. But everything in Batman Begins is kind of set up that world that I think, even though the third film was not as great as it should have been, and part of that was the death of Heath Ledger, and it screwed the plans they had originally. But I really love Batman Begins, all the stuff, the fake out with who Ra's al Ghul is, and the just I don't know. I really like that film, and I think as a Batman, again, as much as important as Batman from '89 is, this is probably the Batman film it and Dark Knight are the two I would watch before anything else if I was watching a Batman film again. So.
Well, I have to tell you, it's in my top 5.
Well,
I thought that might be because I know you love that one too. But
I will say that Bill just completely got me. Whenever he was talking, you'll probably see a confused look on my face because he said all that stuff about Batman '89,
Right.
and he goes,
He
"My favorite,
honestly,
my
he
next
just
is
got
Batman
2 of
Begins,"
mine.
and I'm like,
well,
Yeah, he just got 2 of mine.
I mean, I literally I was deciding between those 3 films, and I had Batman playing, and I was like, nah, there's too many problems with this movie.
I was already a little confused because you said the Prince soundtrack was great, but
No. Just Bat Dance, really. Come on, man.
Just Batman's.
Mike
Okay,
was Bat dancing. He was Bat dancing the other day, even with his crutches. It was sad.
So like I said, that's in my top 5 as well. So I don't know where it is in my top 5, but
Right.
I'm gonna.
Batman Begins?
I like. What'd you say?
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins is in my top 5.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Cool.
and I'm not gonna lie to you. Batman '89 is in my top 5 too. So Bill hit 2 of them, but that's okay. We're talking about Batman Begins right here. I put myself in the era. Okay, waking up in 2000. What did this come out? 2005. 22-year-old, 23-year-old Steve Wall, the Wallman, has seen a movie called Equilibrium with Christian Bale. Ensign Mike has shown me American Psycho with Christian Bale, and I'm like, holy shnikes, this guy's freaking incredible. Equilibrium is great. Then I've seen Memento and Insomnia in theater, Christopher Nolan flicks. Wow. Then you get word he's doing a Batman movie. And then you start getting the cast. Christian Bale, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Who's Alfred? Michael Caine.
Cillian Murphy.
Who's
a big name then,
Ra's al
so-
Ghul?
Yeah.
Ken Watanabe, the Hook, right? It was supposed to be, and Ken Watanabe's at the top of his game at the release of this movie. But who is the fake Ra's al Ghul? It's Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's fantastic. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. Who else was Rutger Hauer's in it? Just everybody I love. Like on paper, this movie is not going to fail. It's not going to fail, and they go and do like a origin story, like a Batman Year One, right? Where you kind of see how Batman originated from, which has not been done in movies,
Right.
as far as I know.
Not to that level. The fact that he's, people just always he's got money, so he can buy, toys and whatnot. But this, you see him making himself, going through that training and being tortured, basically.
Yeah.
Learning to fight the way he does, or all that stuff.
Well,
fantastic.
And at the time we were kind of in an economic downturn, and Gotham was kind of an economic downturn. It was kind of a sign of the times.
Right.
I think Batman Mask of the Phantasm had done an origin on the cartoon movie.
Probably, yeah.
But not to this extent. It hadn't been done in live action. But I mean, what about the Batmobile? I remember the reveal for the Batmobile, and I'm thinking that's pretty freaking cool. The tumbler.
Tumbler's cool.
There's a few things I don't like. I didn't like that Batman let Ra's al Ghul die. I don't think Batman would have done that. The scene where he's like, I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you either. And he's like, boom, boom, the train blows up, and Batman falls like, whoa, Batman. Ra's al Ghul's got to come back, right? The Lazarus Pit. I always expected that too. You didn't bring up Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow.
Well, I did.
Mike mentioned Cillian.
Oh, did you mention that,
great.
Mike?
Yeah.
He mentioned Cillian Murphy in the cast. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had seen 28 Days Later, and Cillian Murphy was like, I think Sunshine had come out right around there, so we were just everything about Batman Begins was like, if I could envision it perfectly, it would have been Batman Begins. Now, did it live up to that hype? I really love it. I think The Dark Knight, Nolan kind of goes a little more real world in The Dark Knight. Like, I think Batman Begins feels like a Batman movie more than like, it's got the joke, the Scarecrow spray, which is pretty horrifying in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like
you see his visions with that spray. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, he's like, because he's scared of bats, right? Which is a cool thing. And he lights them on fire, and then he sprays Scarecrow with it, and Scarecrow sees this like deformed Batman. It's very scary stuff. Like that spray on film, Scarecrow's a great villain because you can do some real horrifying stuff with that spray. Yeah. And why is Batman?
Holodeck.
What?
It's like a holodeck.
It's like a holiday, exactly.
In your head.
Use all kinds of imagination there.
Horrifying holiday. It's like so yeah, that's my so you said that was your number
4.
So that's my number 4 as well, I guess.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go to my number 4 here. So number 4, I had to pay respect to the I call this genre like pulp heroes or pulp superheroes. You have like Dick Tracy and the Phantom, Green Hornet, which I didn't really like that movie, but heroes like that, the Shadow. I enjoy all those, especially the Phantom. I love the Phantom, but there is one pulp hero in that genre that I like more.
Flash.
Talk about one of the most beautiful movies that you'll see. The colors, the costumes, and everything. It's incredible. Like, it's very striking how beautiful it is. Also, one of the best soundtracks, better than the Prince soundtrack for Batman.
Oh, hell yeah.
Queen.
It has a Queen soundtrack for Flash Gordon. But for those of you that don't know, Flash Gordon, he is basically Flash Gordon, the quarterback, New York Jets. And he somehow, basically, he gets into a rocket. He gets put into a rocket at gunpoint, and the rocket goes to Ming the Merciless's world. Flash becomes a hero to the people and for everyone there. There's all kinds of different races. You have Brian Blessed, who plays Voltan,
Well, yeah.
of the Hawkmen.
The Hawkmen, yeah.
And then you have let's see, look up his name real quick. You have Timothy Dalton, who plays Prince Baron.
Who plays Flash Gordon?
Timothy Dalton was in that. Sam something.
Sam J. Jones,
Which we've met at the con.
He is the nicest guy. If you meet him at a convention, he is awesome. And Melody Anderson, who plays Della Arden, she is very nice too.
You know, when you started mentioning pulp heroes, he's in a movie of The Spirit. Have you ever seen The Spirit? It's fan. It was made for TV. It's so good. Yeah, and the same.
Is that a superhero movie?
Yeah, Spirits. Yeah, he's a guy
Like
who
a pulp
dies and comes back. He's a pulp, very pulp. It was a newspaper strip. They made comics eventually.
Would Darkman be one of these guys?
You could put that in that category too, probably. Yeah, it's a newer creation though. But, yeah. As far as pulp like origins, when they came out in the 30s, these guys are in 40s and all. Yeah.
You get Max von Sydow as Ming the Merciless.
What a
and
great
he is
actor.
incredible. Looks incredible.
What a great actor.
I'm sure this is the oldest film on the list too. It's what, 79, right? It's been forever.
1980.
80,
Yeah, it might be the oldest.
I do remember seeing that in the theater, and we just like came out of there like, "Whoa, what the hell was that? That was fantastic."
What theater did you see that?
When it came out.
What theater did you see? What theater?
It was had to be the Parkwood back then.
Yeah, that's a good theater.
It was.
Well, Mike, we're doing age now.
But yeah, getting back to Flash Gordon, he basically he goes to this world, goes through all kinds of adventures, and most of them are really no way that he could get through most of this stuff, but he does. Ends up saving everyone, and one of the funniest things is at the end, all the Hawkmen fly into like the sky, and they spell out "Thanks, Flash."
Is that the end of the movie?
At the very
end. And it does have an ending, an ambiguous ending, where they make it seem like Ming could come back because Ming's ring is on the ground, and you see somebody pick it up, and you hear Ming laugh. It's like, ho, 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 ho.
Well, did the movie do well in theaters?
I'm going to guess not. I
don't think it did great. It did okay, but not enough to do another one, obviously.
Well, it was like a serial, right? Or was it a comic or a serial?
I mean,
it was a comic strip in newspapers first, and they made serial,
So basically, Star Wars.
Way back when.
George Lucas credits it quite often.
Yeah. It would definitely be an inspiration for
especially the Clone Wars episodes. Like it's very serialized. You don't know if you watch those Clone Wars cartoons,
but Alex Raymond was the artist originally. It was fantastic. It was a beautiful comic strip way back when strips had really great artists on them. But yeah.
Did Sam Jones actually play football?
I don't know.
Possibly.
I mean, I feel like he was an athlete before he was an actor. You know what?
That's the first film I remember seeing him in. I've never seen him in a lot. That one and the Spirit.
I don't know what I'm looking at. Gardens.
Think of off the top of my
Sam Jones.
There's a hilarious scene where he's in Ming's court, like basically where all the different people from the different planets are there, and Flash starts fighting all the guards and everything, and they keep throwing him these little balls, and he keeps like running football plays. He's like 41, 42, and just starts knocking people over.
Sam Jones is 71 years old.
Gosh, he looks great.
Yeah, he does, study. Let's see what he did. Let's see what his. I'm trying to see if he played football.
Well, like Blade, Mike's making me want to go back and watch these movies again that I haven't seen in a while.
Well, and I talked to Mike about this, that maybe we should tell each other our top 5 so you can watch them before.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mike likes the idea of it's a surprise.
Yeah. Sure.
But I want to be able to like at least chime in a little bit. I like to cut.
I like the idea of you watching this movie because then you'll talk about it for like an hour. And I'm sitting in this thing for like 8 hours.
What are you talking about?
It's already midnight.
Hey, dude, we're at 44 minutes right now.
I know. We're just on number 4.
Hey, it says football player, dude.
We're gonna hit a bunch of duplicates, I think. Coming up.
So he was he moved to Seattle with the ambition of joining the Seahawks, but was turned down. He played for the practice team, the Flyers.
The Flyers.
Yeah. He did do a photo. You'll like this, Mike. He did a photo spread in Playgirl.
Hey, good for him. Good for him.
So we'll be sure to get you that for Christmas.
So at least you
Thank
can buy
you.
that issue, and you go, I only bought it for Sam Jones.
Yeah, where do you go? I guess you go to Old Playgirl
I'm going to eBay now.
magazine.com or something like that.
eBay, baby.
I'm not going to put that in right here because there's no telling what's going to come up on a search feed for the internet to see. Okay, what do you got there? You got a little star there with you, Bill?
Star. This is Artemis.
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 Wasn't the freaking little owl ship called Artemis?
Archie.
Archie, which is okay. Yeah.
Artemis is the goddess of the hunt in Greek mythology.
So
Archie
that was your 4, Mike?
Number 4. So I guess we can go to Bill's number 3 because you said Batman Begins was your number 4 as well.
Yep.
So my number 3 is, again, talk about things that start stuff off that become super important. I went with Iron Man by Jon Favreau, starring Robert Downey Jr.
The birth of the MCU.
It is the beginning of the MCU as we know it, and I mean, just for that reason alone would be most important. It's got so much great stuff in it. It's about the origin of Batman and Batman Begins, the whole, him being trapped in the cave and having to build the armor with the help of his buddy, and there's just so much great stuff. I don't necessarily love the big fight at the end, but that's the only part that really lets me down in this movie. And again, what follows is super important. So
yeah,
I love that film.
It started the end credit scene thing, right?
Right. Yeah, because you get Samuel Jackson
And
coming.
after that, it was every movie had to do it, and if it didn't do it, then it was a failure, right?
Well, yeah, maybe.
But what did it tease? It teased the Avengers Initiative, right?
Avengers Initiative, yeah.
Which at the time you all went nuts because you had
right.
You'd seen the X-Men, but you hadn't seen a team movie like this.
Right.
Like, Avengers is coming.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And that probably sold tickets to the next few films just because people, when Captain Thor came out, people wanted, they're going to be pieces of the Avengers. I've got to know what get down in the ground floor.
I remember that movie came out and it was very strong. Yeah. Obviously, like the 10 Rings kind of sucked. They were kind of dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, they sort of fixed it later. I think they made. I mean, whether you like Shang-Chi or not, but
and Obadiah Stane, he was really good until he put that big robot suit on, and
that's the part I kind of like. Meh.
Yeah, I'm with you
the
on
big
that.
Fight at the end, it had to have a big fight. That was chapped with that third act. To finish that, but Jeff Bridges is fantastic in everything always. So,
do you know who got screwed over in that movie?
Who?
War Machine.
Oh well, he's Rhodey is really good. I think what's the actor's
Which
name?
Rhodey?
The original Rhodey. He's great. His interactions with Tony are so good, but he wanted he wanted more money for the next one.
Yeah, he wanted to be a star with Iron Man,
and of course he's turned out to be apparently insane in real life since then. But and I love Don Cheadle, so I don't have a problem with that replacement going forward.
Yeah, Don Cheadle is really good.
But I don't know that they really had they had such a really good relationship in that first film, and it is sad that
this is not the what do you say? This is not the fun V. This is a humdrum V. That first sequence, yeah.
When Bill mentioned Iron Man, I did this, and I was like, "No gang signs,
no gang signs." Oh my God, you're a woman.
No, I'm kidding. Flash it up there. Throw it.
The beginning of the movie is really cool. Obviously, it's a superhero movie that at the very end, he reveals his secret identity, which that never happens in superhero movies, right?
Yeah, very strange.
He's like, I am Iron Man. I mean, let's just say it skyrocketed Robert Downey Jr. to where they haven't seemed to be able to tap that.
They're bringing him back to be Doom. I mean, that's how bad they need him back.
Exactly. Like,
you have to
have him.
The funny thing is, going into that movie, and again, there's a thing about running a comic shop. People talked incessantly from the moment he was cast. They're like, "Oh my God, he's a drug addict. He's an alcoholic. He's a whatever. He'll never be able to pull this off."
Which is what
is. I'm like Tony Stark wasn't a drug addict. He was an alcoholic. And Robert Downey Jr. I mean, if you hadn't seen Chaplin, see Chaplin. Anything if you want to know if this guy could pull anything off, he could pull anything off. He played Chaplin beautifully. I wasn't worried about him, unless he had some sort of relapse. I thought he was perfectly cast for this film, and I was right. Not that they asked me.
Well,
and Jon Favreau, who has made so many good films and done so much good stuff, he was the perfect guy to start this off. And
They talk about both having bombs at that same time.
right.
Like I think Favreau had did that Cowboys and Aliens maybe, and it was a disaster.
I don't know. I can't think of the timeline. He did the Zarathustra maybe, which didn't do anything.
Maybe that's what it was. And Downey had done one, and it was a disaster. But
Yeah.
I remember talking to you about this ad nauseum in the store, and
Oh yeah.
how remember Marvel stock went to almost nothing. You know?
Well, at the point that Spider-Man came out, they were bankrupt. They were going through bankruptcy.
Right.
And their
I
stock
think
was
you
like
bought
$1.
some,
Their
right?
stock
You
was
bought
$1
some
and a
of the
half.
stock, yeah. And now it's these characters are.
And they had this whole to finance the Marvel Studios, which is why it worked out. They put several characters they had to put on the line to finance it. So if this had tanked, they would have lost all the film rights to Master Kung Fu, and certain ones they had that they didn't want to lose, and clearly they didn't have all the pieces because they didn't have.
They had to basically buy Hulk back, right? Because Hulk was,
and that is still an iffy deal. Whether I don't know if they have all the distribution rights or something. Somebody else might still own a piece of that, which is why they've not made a solo Hulk movie. They made Ragnarok to kind of get around that because it's a Thor film.
It's funny you said it
Mark
because
Ruffalo might be fired from Marvel.
Yeah, well,
supposedly they're reshooting his stuff now.
Really?
Yeah, that he did his speech at that freaking Oscars.
Yeah,
done. Dude, Claire and me was talking about. He looks like he's 102 years old. The guy, no offense, and I don't like to bring politics up inside Frantic.
He's been very
clearly
political.
Dealing with some like derangement syndrome, and it's like, dude, whoa, just be an entertainer, man. Just be an entertainer. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's being a science fiction channel. Iron Man is like perfect. Like Iron Man is about as science fiction as you get with these superhero movies.
Right.
Absolutely. And I like all the Iron Man. I even like Iron Man 3. I like 2.
Yeah, I enjoyed both of them.
You know, 2 to me 2 would have been better if it was just Sam Rockwell as the bad guy, not the wrestler, whatever his name is, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. But
supposedly Mickey Rourke said they cut a lot of his stuff out of it. I really would like to see another cut if there is a better cut of that film, but I don't know that we'll ever get it.
I need my bird. I need my bird. My bird. Your bird. Your bird. Is it the greatest superhero movie of all time, though?
Iron Man?
Is it, Bill?
It's not the greatest. That's why I have it at number 3.
Okay. Just making sure.
Thanks for explaining numbers to Walls.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Is that going to be the only MCU movie in these top 5s?
I don't think
That's
so.
a great question. Well, Spider-Man was MCU movies.
Spider-Man 2 wasn't?
Spider-Man 2 was not.
I think so.
Maybe retroactively, since Tobey joined the MCU eventually, you could say retroactively, but yes, not true MCU.
As Mike and Mr. Bill knows, and Ensign Mike knows, the Wallman is a DC fanboy. Always have been, always will be. I love the Marvel universe. I think it's really entertaining, but it's just doesn't have the same
gravitas.
Yeah.
I don't know what that word means either.
It's like gravity, but not.
Gravity's not a
more Latin.
Let's see where we're at on time. 53 minutes. Yes.
All right.
Did we do a 2-hour episode yet? No.
Yeah, with Clark.
We should be under 2 on this one, but okay. So I'm going to go with my number 3, I guess, right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Let's see.
Or did you do yours, Mike? Did you?
No, I'll go after.
Okay. Okay.
I got 3 left.
Your walls. Okay.
And my number 3 is going to be V for Vendetta.
That's not a superhero movie.
Yeah, I don't consider that a superhero movie ever. Nah.
How is it not a superhero movie?
He doesn't have powers.
Neither does
Iron Man doesn't have powers.
Batman doesn't have powers, but people.
Your last answer didn't have powers. He rides in a robot suit.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no, it's true.
But in what way does V's just a dude?
So is Iron Man.
I mean, but he doesn't do anything powerful. And this is a debate we could always have. You know, I've said forever, Batman's not really a superhero. He's a hero.
Bye, Bill.
Who's the hero in V for Vendetta?
V is.
V's the hero.
He starts a revolution.
Okay.
Remember the 5th of November. Okay, so let me
Anyway.
just So it's just real poignant because he's an anti-hero for sure.
For sure.
You know? But it's a comic book / superhero movie. So V, who is it's a like a near future, right? Obviously, a totalitarian has taken over through the use of a virus. We starting to, we kind of went through something kind of similar to this, right? The big vaccine come out, power and control, and I'm telling you, V for Vendetta is a political masterpiece, and the movie it's between the soundtrack, the character, the lead actor. Oh my God, what's the lead actor's name? Hugo Weaving.
He's
Never
fantastic.
takes the mask off. Wonderful performance. You got Princess Amidala, who speaks an excellent British accent the entire movie.
You're laughing because I literally was thinking, wow, I thought her accent was awful.
Okay. It's pretty bad. But she's okay in the movie. She's okay.
She's good.
But
I just don't like that.
You cut my hair.
You cut my
hair.
The only accent that's worse is go back and watch Anaconda and listen to John Voight's accent, and that is awful.
I will never ever go watch Anaconda.
Dude,
not the new one.
Not the new one, the old one, the original one.
Ever. Why would I watch
that? Pretty good movie.
Is that where he gets spit out of the snake and his eye blinks?
Yeah.
Jeez,
but his accent in that is so bad.
What a horrible flick. Okay, but you got a great villain. Is it Ian Holm, right? Plays Sutter, who's kind of like the evil Nazi Hitler-ish character who's taken over the world via a virus. He decided to turn the virus on the population, and they basically seize control. They're listening to you. They're controlling TV. I mean, it's basically Orwellian, right?
Right.
An Alan, It's an Alan Moore kind of It was a graphic novel.
And some of that is a reaction to Alan Moore was living and obviously lived in the UK at the time.
Yes,
and still does.
He hated
at that point. I mean, if you go to London, there are cameras everywhere. This was a real reaction to what was going on in Thatcher's Britain at the time.
Bill, it's worse now.
Started writing this.
You could get arrested for Facebook posts.
I mean, they have cameras everywhere. So
I'm fairly certain you could get arrested for your singing in England.
My singing? Yeah, well,
yeah.
I don't think they classify it as singing. So
just so you know, everybody, I'm going to segue a little bit into Bill's plug. We're going to plug Bill's band right here. I'll put a song down in the description. It's probably one of the few songs I liked. I can't remember the title, Bill, but it was actually pretty good. Me and Claire liked it. No, it's not the one I'm in because clearly Wall is just an alcoholic.
What? No.
What is it you sing about me? It's like you like to drink and you like to go out, or
but that's not a song we did. That is in my book. That's just a poem.
Oh, that's in the poem.
It is a. I think it is a song, but that's not a song that.
What was Mike?
Jay and I didn't do that song together. It's just I wrote a lyric for it. You're in Hit Me when you and I were talking about our Vegas trip, and there's 3 stories called Hit Me, and there's one where you hit Jay in the back when he's choking on Yoo-hoo. And then later, Hit Me when the guy playing blackjack in $100 hands that we were talking about the other day.
Oh, I thought you were talking about from the Las Vegas trip when Terry hit the ground.
We didn't do that part. The third Hit Me is about Britney Spears and us being at Trevor's house and Trevor being obsessed with Britney Spears when she first came out.
I was waiting for Terry to come up behind you there and be like, just flicking me off.
She just falls in the background, and we have to cut the feed because she's down again.
You think she's doing the little mime walking down the stairs thing, but she's just falling.
Is Terry there?
She's in the bedroom.
Okay. Well,
so I fought for you to do our theme song. I fought for you to do our theme song, but Walt's got to go with his too strong buddy.
Okay, well that's fun.
I got an early track today. It's really awesome.
Oh, nice.
He actually come up with a freaking art for a thing too. I don't know if he's using AI or what, but he's all in on it. Dave is, but I guess Jay's going to do the drums. I don't know. It's some collaboration they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Jay Royal?
No, Jay Sinister. Yeah, Jay Royals.
I was about to say, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Jay.
My collaboration. Okay.
Yeah, supposedly Dave reached out for him. They're going to do some kind of like thing. Wow,
Tell-
Bill.
tell
Is Bill
Jay to
jealous
like
right
Wait a
now?
minute.
Is
Did
Bill
my band
jealous
just
right
break
now?
up? What?
Tell Jay to like and subscribe to our page.
Yeah.
You'll do anything to get new subscribers. But
Absolutely.
What
I
the
was
hell-
standing
where
at
were we
I
on
was
this
at the
thing?
restaurant just telling people to pull their phone out to subscribe and while I'm standing there. But get back on track.
Movie V for Vendetta.
Oh, so you're plugging my band.
Yeah, we'll have that song in the description. I'll put that song you just talked about. This
Well,
Get Me.
if we're plugging the band, we've got our 5th album's dropping on streaming on the Wednesday, the 28th of January, and it does. The first song is on the album is "Do the J," which is the dance that I created about
the
Jay.
J?
And he said, "Do the J." You'll have to. It's it was one time Jay was on vacation. He was supposed to send me music. I had written this lyric in just on spec, like just a song about "Do the J." Raise your hands in the air and whatever. Just done. I can't even remember what the lyric is now.
Right.
But he's. I was like, "You didn't send me any music." He's like, "Oh man, I'm on vacation. Give me a few minutes." And he sent me this thing where it's just him like playing on like a Yeti cup, sort of like making this bell sort of sound, and it was and just drumming on that in the counter, and it fit this lyric that I had written 6 months before perfectly.
You know what? Let's while we're standing here, let's pull up a song. What is
Anyway.
it? What's
I
the
don't-
song
what's-
you said?
That's "Do the J." It is on our
The one that I'm
YouTube.
in. What's the one I'm in?
Oh, "Hit Me." It's on this new album too, though.
It's Bill and Jay.
Yeah,
What's it called?
that's Bill, just Jay and Bill's unnamed band project. What's it called?
Sorry, dude. I keep putting the Bill and Jay Experience, and it never pulls it up.
Is V for Vendetta the best superhero movie ever made? Well,
Absolutely. V for Vendetta is okay. So Do the J. Oh, that's on here.
yeah,
Oh boy, here we go.
and that's the
Y'all
picture
ready
he
for
sent me.
this?
That's the picture he sent me
Here
from
we
their
go.
vacation.
I gotta unmute.
But it's him playing these two cups, and it sounds like a bell. I don't know.
When the J came on the radio and they lost their tiny mind.
That's a dog.
Can y'all hear it?
Every day
Nope.
in every
I've heard it
way.
before.
You're a
Though.
lucky man.
Everyone should do the J.
Do the
Shimmy,
J.
shake,
And there's lots of
and
interesting
twist
pictures
and
of Jay in the
sway.
video.
Raise your hands and
see the
do
video?
the J.
I can see the video.
J, do the
Jay drinking
J.
and then drinking the chocolate out of the
Do
wow.
the J.
That
Jay used to be
hair.
quite an attractive guy.
Do the J.
He's been through a few
Now
looks.
pluck and strum.
Okay, that's
Do
enough of
the
that.
J.
Yeah.
Mike is
Yes.
like, I'm about to just go.
Like everybody, like and subscribe. Start streaming us on something.
Oh,
For the two of you that have made it this far into the video,
Exactly.
go to Jay and Bill's.
the Jay and Bill Experience. Yeah, V for Vendetta. Great flick. I think it isn't the greatest comic movie of all time. Very well could be.
It was superhero movies was the category I was told. Not, but okay.
Okay, we changed it up a little bit there, but it's good.
Comic book movies is a different thing. We should do that one again later.
Yeah, because that one I would have The Crow on. I love The Crow. It's one of my favorite all-time movies.
We're gonna do these. Honestly, we're gonna do all kinds of lists. We're gonna do them all. Okay, I'm good
Number
with
3.
mine.
Get to my number 3 right here.
Yep, number 3, Michael.
Not the whole trilogy, just Spider-Man 2. We've talked about it earlier. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
We've already talked about Spider-Man 2.
I know. So it's my number 3. Spider-Man 2. I'm just going to add a couple things that we didn't say earlier. First of all, we loved Batman 89. Danny Elfman did the music for Spider-Man 2 as well. And that kind of, it grips like the way it does in the Batman
Does he do the
movie.
soundtrack for all the Spider-Man movies?
I don't know. I know he does it for 2.
He
I think
definitely
he
does
does
it
all
for
the
the first
might
one.
do all the Raimis. Yeah, maybe.
He came up with a theme for sure.
So
Yes.
the music in there is incredible. We get Peter Parker, unfortunately, has always been down on his luck in like pretty much most of the movies, but in the comic as well. He always had a hard time getting money. Aunt May was always in trouble. Mary Jane was always in trouble. He ends up trying to save Gwen Stacy, and that
His
doesn't.
grades suck. He's failing.
And in this movie, like he can't get his grades going, he can't have money, he can't get to the play. So Mary Jane's like, you know what, you better get to this play, or else that's it. And then she keeps coming back to him.
What happens to where he can't get to the play?
Huh?
What happened?
Oh.
Why didn't you get to the play?
Well, he's driving down the road on his little scooter,
Moped.
Peter, this one.
Yeah. like your motorcycle, Walt.
Whatever.
He's driving on the scooter, and he tries to save the day. It gets hit by a car. He does end up catching the criminals, but by the time he gets there, Bruce Campbell won't
Bruce
let him
Campbell owns his ass.
Shoelace. But yeah, so I don't I don't have much more to say than what we said earlier. But it's just Peter Parker is a character that we can all identify with. Especially Walt, since Walt is a big loser.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, Walt.
You want me to replay that band again?
Well, well, and on that note, that's one thing Stanley would always say, because Spider-Man was completely covered up. You knew his identity if you read the comic, but as a character, anybody could envision themselves in that costume being Spider-Man, sort of. Versus, like, you see Batman's
he's not
face,
really
like,
swole either. He's not like a
oh no,
macho
yeah,
man.
true.
He's kind of
he does take his shirt off in this movie, and it's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Toby-
muscle splits. Doesn't his muscle
Toby
split?
definitely got in shape for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like.
I mean, he's not in Playgirl, I don't think, but
Yeah, he's not Sam Jones.
that's
But something else that they created for these movies, which wasn't in the comics, was the webs were organic, where
organic wedding, right?
they came out of him, not out of the spider. What are they called again? Web shooters.
Web slingers.
Web shooters. Yeah.
They actually come.
In the comic, it seems like he would have tried to find a way to sell the web shooters because they were so cool, but and make a ton of money.
But then there'd be so much traffic with people swinging around on the building and just webs floating around everywhere, and
if they fall, they're gonna die.
Like I said,
I'll
to
just
me,
stick to this wall.
You might have named the greatest superhero movie of all time, and I'm going to tell you why.
What is the greatest superhero movie of all time?
My number one's coming up, but it's nebulous. It could be this one, but the reason why this one is so great is how many people he saved on that subway. He's a hero in that sequence. I'm telling you, and he's catching people and throwing them in webs. He's like getting a train. I mean, in the subway, Spider-Man is such a New York character too, and the subway train is such a New York thing. It's just such a great sequence.
But yeah, since we'd already talked about it earlier, I'll keep it short and throw that
Can
little
y'all
bit
see
in.
me? I'm acting my ass off out here.
Yeah, you're fantastic.
Dude, you're like a little half-inch screen on my phone.
You're not even you're like a postage stamp on my phone here. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm recreating Spider-Man shooting all the webs.
I got it.
Impressive, dude.
Good job. You may be the greatest superhero movie of all time.
Let's see you pat yourself on the back real quick, too. Great job.
Claire, come in here and pat me on the back.
She's outside reporting the weather. Leave her alone.
Oh, wow.
Tell her you're choking on you.
Hey,
she'll be right.
Hey, speaking of, she did all of this light work today. She did a great job, didn't she?
Okay. I can't wait to see it on.
Here, Claire, you're all right? Come pat me on the back. Right there. Thanks.
Great job.
Make burp the baby.
Burp the baby. Barrels.
Tell her to get back outside and start reporting on the weather again.
I know.
Maybe we should start reporting on sci-fi or horror comic movies or whatever.
I can tell you it's cold out there, but it's not too cold.
Okay. So
all right. Number 2. We're going to number 2 with Bill. On my screen, he's below me.
All right. Well, I was a Marvel kid reading comics growing up. And then, so again, Iron Man, Spider-Man have already made my list. Should be no surprise at number 2, I have Avengers.
Wow, an MCU.
Not Avengers. I'm sorry.
MCU.
Not Avengers. Well, hold on. Not just Avengers.
What's going on behind you, Bill?
I'm dog is patting.
What is
My
going
dog is
on?
patting me on the back. But Avengers: Infinity War at number 2.
Wow, Infinity War.
Again, the Russo brothers, they made 4 films in the MCU so far. Doomsday coming up soon, but they did Winter Soldier, then Civil War, which I definitely considered for the list. But Infinity War is where all the stuff from the last 8-9 years at that point comes together, and it's just a masterpiece of juggling a million characters and a million storylines and making it all work and making you laugh, cry, I felt a ton of emotions watching this movie. And there's just not much. I can't think of anything that's really wrong with it.
With
So,
Infinity War, you should be able to put Endgame with it. That like
well,
that should
and
be
that's
just like
honestly
I
that
disagree with
was
that
like one
statement.
big movie.
that was
I
that was
disagree
something
with that
I was
statement.
asking, but yeah, I kept it separate. So
I disagree with that statement.
I
Well, then
mean,
you'd be wrong.
it really is like 1 5.5 hour movie.
No,
But
Infinity War is so much better than Endgame, and
we'll find out.
no,
Spoiler.
What do you mean? Endgame we've seen.
Anyway,
Not Doomsday. I'm talking about Endgame. No, the beginning is incredible. I love the sequence when Iron Man's going out in the street and one of Thanos' goons is out there.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The-
And I
the
guess they're
mall,
dealing
yeah.
with
Two goons. Yeah, he's got the big
Who?
guy whose name I can
the Hulk
remember.
fell through. It's Doctor Strange's headquarters. What is it on Beaker Street
Yeah,
or
well,
whatever?
it starts out on the ship with Thanos getting the
Killing
from
Thor's,
Loki,
the
killing
Asgardians.
right.
Yeah, that's a
And
pretty brutal scene.
yeah, and Heimdall has enough power to send the Hulk to Earth,
Right.
and he crashes and that's where you get Strange introduced
And
to the.
you know, I
Everything's
remember
cool.
seeing this in the theater with Jackson, and Iron Man goes out. The Earth is closed now, and I just remember laughing so hard at that sequence because it made me laugh. And he's like, he calls it the Beaker Street Magician. You know, he's just dogging Doctor Strange the entire movie. You know,
Right.
he's like the Beaker Street Magician gave away the farm, you know, because he gives away the
Stone,
Infinity
the
Stone.
time
But
stone.
it becomes such a great team up movie. Like
Yeah.
the first one to me, like it's it's Spider-Man, Iron Man go off to space with the Beaker Street Magician, and link
Right.
up with Star Lord and the Guardians on what was Thor's home planet. I guess Titan,
Thanos, yeah, Titan.
that,
Yeah.
where, and you know, it's just an incredible sequence where. Like, I love the sequence where Thanos is like, he knows who Tony Stark is, and Tony's like, "You know me?" He's like, "Yeah, I know who you are. Like, you have caused me a lot of trouble
Right.
over the last few years."
Well, and there's things they don't know that Loki was sent by Thanos. That was all part of
Exactly.
his
Well,
plan.
he
until then.
does. Iron Man did know it at that point. I can't remember why.
Yeah,
I
he
think
didn't. Yeah.
it's explained in Avengers 2 that it was Thanos is the big bad behind it all. But like he throws that planet, he's like, "I know you just didn't throw a planet at me." Just these cool sequences, and
Oh, yeah.
Thanos is a great villain in that movie.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you why I don't like Endgame as much. The time travel stuff. It's like to me the snap was so cool, and it was a moment that was like devastating, dude. When
Right.
Spider-Man snaps out,
Oh yeah.
and he's like he can sense it coming because he's good spider sense tingle, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Mr. Spark, something's wrong.
I
Mr.
don't
Spark,
feel so
something's wrong.
good.
So I don't
Well,
feel
he
too
does-
good." And then
He does this "I don't want to go" sort of
I
thing,
don't
which
want
is
to go. I don't want to
like
go. I don't wanna go.
David Tennant's Doctor Who basically had the same death. I was like, they stole that a bit, maybe, but
It's a
fantastic.
beautiful
I love
sequence.
that. I love
I don't
that.
care. Let them steal it.
Their
It's
relation
beautiful.
their relationship through all those movies is so important, and the fact they pay these things off so beautifully.
You're
I just
right.
love-
Like the Spider-Man in the MCU, Tony Stark is the Uncle Ben character, basically.
I will have this is one qualm I have, and I can't remember how they dealt with it in the comics if they did it at all. Just because the snap is cool, but why would if you've got these powerful gems, why would you have to snap your fingers to make it
Hey,
work? It's like
Bill, why are we
it's
gonna
like
go there? Why-
it's like
that's
on
like
Bewitched.
that's
They're
like
guys.
trying to stop him from snapping.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's like saying if the snap he's snapping to get it because there's not enough resources for all of the races or whatever, right? All of the worlds. That's why that's his motivation, right?
But he
There's
should
not
just be able to hold the
there's
gauntlet and
not
make it
enough
happen. It's like a
mouths to feed.
wish.
Well, can't he just snap more food? I mean, come on, we could we can do this all day.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
You know,
This
Well,
movie
and I do
tries to
love-
make you hate Star Lord too, because they had the day saved and Star Lord screws it
Yeah.
all up.
yes,
Right?
Yeah, he
For sure.
did. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Well, and I didn't know why Manchester didn't just make him try to go to sleep. She's like I guess that's what she's trying to do.
She.
And
Oh,
he's
he's
fighting
going to
against those-
sleep.
he's-
Yeah.
He's so strong.
Well,
He's so powerful.
and that scene is so awesome. See the scene with Captain America on Earth with the Wakandans not as good to me. I just didn't like it as much. It was just a big battle, you know. It's like the battle between Thanos and them was just so powerful.
Exactly. I think the smaller scale of it. I mean, they're just unleashing all these monsters off these ships.
Yeah, and I'm sick of seeing the Chitauri. We've
I agree
seen the
that's not as
Chitauri.
good.
Yeah, we've seen the Chitauri, and they do that in game. It's the same thing. This big battle. Like I'd rather see this intimate Avengers. And it has the big payoff where the women show up, girl power. And it's the big sequence where they're all attacking Thanos, and I will say this: that I really thought that what is it, Captain Plasma? What's the lady's name?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel is going to be a big character, right? You remember she was so powerful, but she didn't really do much in those movies. But I liked her when she attacks the ship.
Yeah, I was going to say she goes straight through that ship.
Yeah,
it's a real cool sequence too. And
that's another film.
Is
that's
that
an
is in
game?
game? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about Infinity War. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Maybe we should have lumped them together.
It's not like we've never gone off subject here.
You should have lumped them together, dumbass.
I will say Endgame does have. I know the big battle. You don't like the big battle, or whatever, but in that big battle,
it's just so much.
In that big battle, it's like Captain America's. You think he's done, and he's still getting back up, and everybody shows up, and he gives the Avengers a symbol, and it's just like at that moment, like tears coming down your eyes, like, oh my god!
When he lifts Mjolnir, what a great scene. I mean, I'm not dissing on Endgame. It's a great movie,
but it's okay.
I just don't think it's the greatest superhero. What are we doing? The greatest comic superhero movie of all time?
Superhero movie of all time.
It very well could be Avengers. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So Bill has 2 MCU movies.
I think that's
great
so
far.
The list is eclectic. We don't want everybody to have the same thing. That's what I like.
So having a bunch of MCU movies is eclectic.
No, having you and me do total different BS than Bill's doing is eclectic.
You're talking about all our list.
Yeah.
So again, while we're on, because we talked about this, I consider the Incredibles 2, both great films. I consider the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, which is a really good film.
But I can't argue with any of those.
Superhero.
But I definitely couldn't say that's the best ever. So
I can't argue with any of those. I can't. They're all great choices.
Like Mike and I said, we both had lists of 20 something. Also,
top 5, and then I have 20 more that could be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Look, we got Frantic is going to be around till 2029, maybe
This
2039.
episode?
Yeah, this episode very well could be part 2'd out. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to my next one.
Number 2.
Mike just get skipped again. Is that what happened here? We've completely flipped. Okay.
It don't matter. It's all nebulous. Guess what, Mike? My number 2 is a character who's supposed to not take his helmet off. Who is it?
He's not supposed to, but he does. So it's Sylvester Stallone in Judge Dredd.
No, of course I wouldn't go with that. It's Dredd, though.
Oh.
The greatest comic movie of all time is Judge Dredd.
I don't think you got the memo that it's superhero. That's what I was told, superhero movies, but okay. Is Judge Dredd a superhero?
He's a superhero.
He's England superhero. He's their Batman.
What are you talking about, Bill?
I can accept that,
Okay, so we're going with I'm going with the Dredd movie with Carl Urban that came out in 2015, maybe 2014.
And they never made a sequel for him, but they should have. Obviously.
I was a big Judge Dredd fan. I liked the Sylvester Stallone movie, even though I understand why I understand why fanboys don't. I get it.
You talked about V for Vendetta, V not taking his mask off. Judge Dredd does not take his helmet off. Stallone had his helmet off the whole damn movie.
So Dredd in this version doesn't take his helmet off.
Exactly.
And it's an excellent.
Something like me and Bill would know from the comics, from Judge Dredd comics. Like, there's even a scene in one of the comics where he's like taking a bath and like he's wearing his helmet.
And I said, I understand. I didn't grow up loving the Dredd comics, so I get it. I understand why you have this thought.
Yeah,
but
they got it right in this movie.
They redid it in this movie, and it is a dark, underappreciated, low-budget action film. Basically, it's a remake of it's a Korean movie. I can't remember, The Siege or something. What was it, Mike? The Raid. Where basically 2 cops go in and have to take out this building full of bad guys, and that's basically what it is. The story is awesome. Dredd is in Mega City 1. He calls into Central's like, hey, I need a crime. There's 4 million crimes. They can't get them all. There's not enough judges. So they go to, where do they go, Mike? Where do they go?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Where do they go, Mike? Where do they go?
Peachtree.
There you go. Carl Urban, baby. We were there listening to Carl Urban in Atlanta, Georgia, and he goes, because if you're not from Atlanta, you'll understand it. Everything's Peachtree. It's Peachtree Street, Peachtree, the ball, Peach Drop, everything. It's peach. So I think the ballroom was called Peachtree. So he's like, peach trees. I am the law. But, it's a great flick. You got this recruit who's a psychic who is not really good as she failed the exam, and Dredd's like, you let her in anyway. Dredd is by the book. He's not going to let you in if you didn't pass. So she goes with him, and they're clearing this building out floor by floor. It's got 30,000 people in it, and it's just an action romp. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's gory, over the top. Special effects are phenomenal. The lawgiver's great. The law master's great. The guns are great. Everything about it's great. Is it the greatest movie ever? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't remember these clouds. What are these clouds for? To do with Judge Dredd?
Oh, that's a screen share there.
Yeah.
I can fix that, Bill. Hold on.
Get some Dredd footage up there.
They can't see that.
Slacking.
They can't see that, dude.
They can't see those clouds.
No, that's you can't see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The only thing you can see right now is Command Center 1.
Okay.
It's got to get snowed in as we speak.
No, not again.
But if you look now, you'll be happy that I'm playing the Dredd trailer. Beautiful. Look at the special effects here. Oh, y'all can't see it.
It's a
Mega
really
City
solid
1
film.
looks beautiful. There's drones. So I don't know if the comic tells you what happened in the Cursed Earth. I guess there was a nuclear war. Yeah, there was a big war. Right?
Oh yeah, there's a whole Cursed Earth is like a long storyline that ran for
and
like a year or
the
so.
Survivors get in these mega cities, which this one spans almost New York to like, I don't know, Tennessee or something like that, And what a great villain, right? Mike mentioned her earlier, Momo Clan, the Momo Clan, and she's horrifying. And then you got Dom Hill Gleason's in this. He's like a little dorky guy, kind of inspired by Mike, a little bit.
He's a big dorky guy. Don't you get it?
There's not much to say about this movie. There really isn't.
Jodie Anderson's really good in this too. I really like her.
It's just it's clean. This is a snappy movie that you can literally turn on and watch in an hour and 25. Probably as long as it would be to listen to this podcast and be on to the next flick. So it's they got some incredible special effect sequences, like when the slow-mo, the drug hits and everything slows down. It's not bullet time per se. I do remember when this movie came out, it was in 3D, which I don't know why any movie would do that crap still.
Because Dredd has 3 Ds in the name.
Oh, God.
D-R-E-D-D. Duh.
Thanks, Bill.
I just thought of that. It just popped in my head.
I know you did. I had
to get rid of it.
You should do a song.
It also has one of the meanest deaths in it when Mama kills those guys and gives them slow-mo, and Dredd basically does this to her at the end. If y'all haven't seen it, spoiler alert.
Drops them.
And then just drops them, and it's like, so basically they're dying in slow motion.
So slow-mo basically slows your brain down to like 1 second's like, it feels like 10 years basically. So they basically feel like they're falling to death for like a year. It's got to be a horrifying death. Yeah. And you're right. She gives it right back to her. And that sequence just got showed. There you go. Pushed out the window. Okay.
There was talk of a sequel, but it never happened.
2, Mike. Actually, we still Carl Urban wants a sequel made with Judge Doom or Judge Death.
Judge Death, yeah.
And it's like, how is this not on Netflix? I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay.
So,
Bill, what is going on over there?
His dog.
Put him in the closet where Clark is.
Go take it to the lobby.
So my number 2 is my all-time favorite character is Wolverine. So my number 2 is going to be Logan.
Logan, right.
So basically, Logan is basically Wolverine's Endgame, like, or not. It's basically the end of Wolverine here. So we're set a little bit into the future, and in this future, you have Logan is taking care of Charles Xavier. You don't know why, because it cuts right into Xavier's obviously has some sort of Alzheimer's or something going on, some sort of maybe dementia type thing going on. And they even mention it in the movie as like the world's most powerful brain,
Right.
with some sort of brain problem. And then you have,
Not to get technical.
yeah,
Sort of brain problem.
He's got a brain problem.
so,
It's kind of like a dystopian kind of X-Men movie, right? Like we
for
don't know
sure.
really what happened, right?
Something
well,
bad
they
has happened.
kind of let you know later on, like there's a cut to a radio station saying, 7 years ago at Westchester there was this thing that happened because in Las Vegas, Xavier loses it, and Wolverine has to come all the way up the hotel and kill all of the guys that are there to take X-23 and Xavier. So on the radio, they're saying 7 years ago this happened in Westchester, and it hurt hundreds of people and killed 7. And it seems like they're about to say mutants, and he cuts the radio off. Later on, Xavier's in bed and he's coherent, and he's apologizing to Wolverine, basically saying, "Hey, I remember what happened. I'm so sorry. Blah blah blah." He killed. But they make it seem like he killed the X-Men.
Right.
With this brain thing, the brain, the Alzheimer's, dementia, whatever it is that happened.
Yeah, he like sends out a
They call it a seizure
psych
in the movie.
psyche pulse or some kind of pulse.
Psychiatric event or something.
Yeah, and he kills like mutants somehow, which
Well, it hurts humans too, but you figure the mutants are in the school with them, so whoever's closest is getting the worst of it. And Wolverine can live through it because he has a healing factor. So that's kind of where we're at in this future. There's there's a nurse that's trying to find Wolverine. She has X-23. You find out that X-23 is basically Logan's kid.
Is it like a clone of Logan or actually?
Yeah,
X-23.
engineered. Yeah. She's cloned from his DNA.
And they're getting
But not
hunted, right?
clone.
They're getting hunted by. They explain it's another Logan, right?
They're getting hunted by a company. I forgot what it's called, like Tristane or something like that. Tristan, right? But those guys are after
X-23.
Wolverine. Or
Because I
they're
hate
after
it with the
X-23.
family, man.
They don't even want Wolverine. Whenever he gets in the car with Wolverine, he's like, "Just let you know, I'm not after you."
Yeah.
So
well,
they're after X-23.
Just like all mutants, they get the poor family killed. The farmers die.
That's a sad part of the movie. They get there, and one of the saddest parts of the movie is after the X-23 clone has killed the family. The one guy, the dad, is still alive, and he basically kills the clone. One doesn't really kill him, but he's the one who subdues him so that he can't get anybody else. He turns to Wolverine, and he's going to shoot Wolverine, but he's out of bullets. And just to tell him, hey,
who is that actor? He's a pretty good actor.
His name's Eric LaSalle.
He was in ER.
My famous thing is Coming to America with the Soul Glow.
Oh my God! Yes, great answer, Mike. Okay, so he stops the clone from killing, or he's going to kill Logan too. Then,
yeah, he would have killed Logan in that instance too, but he rams a truck into him and then shoots him in the head, which the clone has healing powers, but it stops him from being able to get out.
As everybody knows, I hate mutants, so this is definitely not my favorite. I'm sorry, Mike.
Well, thanks.
I did consider this, but I hadn't seen it in so long I couldn't say for sure. Now, is he actually Dakin? Is it he or not? Wolverine's son, the Dark Wolverine
clone?
stuff with. Yeah.
No, the clone's not the kid. It's basically Hugh Jackman. It's just a clone.
It is Hugh
It's
Jackman.
just Wolverine again.
That's the one thing that disappoints me a little bit. I was kind of hoping it would be Sabretooth or a clone.
Yeah, well, They couldn't do Sabretooth again because they did it in the last Logan movie, right? Or
They did him in the first Wolverine movie.
And the other Mangold,
which he's the best part of that. No, not. It's not the Mangold one. It's the one before that.
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
the one with Leaf
Oh,
Schreiber.
it's Leave Shot. Yeah.
The first Wolverine movie.
Origins, which
then
has
the X-Men
bad
movie.
Deadpool. Yeah.
You have the what's his name, Tyler. That Sabretooth. I forget the guy's last name.
Yeah, Tyler Mane in the original.
He's in the Daredevil movie, right?
Yes, yeah, he's or Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Yeah, not Daredevil. Deadpool. That's right. Yeah, I like Leaf Schreiber. I wish he would have come back and been. That would have been awesome.
That was
I would have
great
preferred that
Sabretooth. Me too.
than for there to be a clone.
Yeah,
But that's the way they play it. That's the only
well,
thing.
they didn't want to pay another actor. Let's just call it what it is.
That's probably it.
It's like I got to mention this. Alien Romulus. We've seen it. Anybody already seen it? No, the new Predator movie. It's not Romulus.
Oh,
There's like 4 million robots. They all look the same. And it's just because I know what it is. They didn't want to pay multiple actors. So they pay one actor to just be the robot times 57,000 times. They didn't want to pay another actor, so they got a clone of Logan. That's what it is.
So basically,
no comment on that, huh?
I
I
doubt
mean,
that's true.
I don't know where to go
Fine.
with that.
I think they thought it would be cool to have him fighting himself.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Going from there, though, basically the X-23 loves Xavier. You could tell through a movie. You could tell that Logan loves Xavier. There's no reason for him to be taking care of Xavier like this, but he does because he loves him like a dad, almost, even though Logan's probably older than Xavier.
Well, the albino's helping too, right?
Caliban is okay. He's a tracker, and he's helping take care of.
So who is Caliban? Is he an X-Men?
He's a Morlock.
Lady.
A Morlock.
Yeah, there were these basically mutants who lived underground, and they had all kinds of weird people that. Yeah, he was cool. He was a tracker, like
Freaking
Wall said.
mutants.
Like that.
Yeah, in this they make him more like Nosferatu, almost like he's like a vampire.
The way he's covered up and all, yeah, it's really weird.
And he looks like him. He even says it in the movie.
Right.
I think he looks like
he can't touch the sun, right?
he can't. The sun
Like,
can't
they
touch him.
try to burn him with it.
I don't think they do. I don't think Caliban's like that in the comics.
No, he's just got white skin. I think they
It-
just like, they consumed.
It's
him,
funny
yeah.
you mentioned Mangold. I think he directed Logan, right?
He did.
Yeah.
He did that one and the one before with the samurai.
The Silver
Japanese
Samurai guy. Yeah.
And
He also directed 310 to Yuma, which is a great western.
What a
Right.
great movie.
Ford versus Ferrari and a bunch of other.
What a great movie. Yep.
But you get Xavier. Xavier gets killed by the clone, and that kind of drives Logan crazy. X-23 doesn't like it.
Clearly, this is not canon.
I mean,
What do you mean? Xavier ain't dead?
Well, it's not MCU anyway, right?
yeah, this isn't
Although,
an MCU movie.
Again, unless you retroactively put it in there.
I mean, Deadpool Wolverine says that it's canon.
See, that's
How do you
just
figure
it.
that? Where do they imply
Because
that?
he at the very beginning of the movie, you know that 20-minute scene where he's using Logan's body to kill everybody.
They show lots of different Logans.
Cavill,
Lots of different
what was it? Cavill Logan? Cavilline?
Yeah, Henry Cavill plays him, right?
Mm.
So again, if you retroactively put Tobey Maguire in, you can retroactively put Logan in. We'll see
But
what they actually do.
so this movie goes to the end where he's trying to help there's basically all these new mutants. The whole a big part of this movie is the fact that there hasn't been a new mutant in 20 years. They find out X-23 is a new mutant. There's a bunch of other little kids that are
Sounds like a
new
real good place to live.
and they're trying to get to Eden. And with this trying to get to Eden, which is supposed to be a haven for mutants, he's trying to get them there, but Logan is dying. But Logan, his health, his healing factor is starting to go away,
Degrade,
and
yeah.
all of the adamantium in him is poisoning him and killing him. So it's one last hurrah at the end of the movie. He has this serum that kind of drives him so that he can fight for a little bit longer and help save these little kids. He he fights along with the little
I don't
kid
know.
to save the day. But in this saving the day, he does end up dying. Logan dies. And then one of the coolest things that they bury him by the water, which they also do with Xavier. And when Logan buries him, he's like, "Well, you're by the water," kind of a sweet thing. They bury Logan by the water. They put a cross up, and at the very end, X-23 comes up to it and turns the cross so that it's an X over his.
That's pretty cool. I don't remember
and
that.
it's really
scene.
neat.
Yeah.
So, and then X-23, I guess they go on to being eaten, and you find out X-23 has been sent to the whatever in Deadpool Wolverine. So, X-23 apparently is going to be in Doomsday.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Well, you know
That's
what?
my number 2.
Well, and again, speaking of, go ahead, Walt. Sorry.
No, I just think that's a horrible choice. Any X-Men movie. So,
Well,
guess,
I mean,
that's
he was
the
a
top.
superhero.
That should be the top 1,000.
At least he was a superhero.
I mean, I think it's definitely one of the top 2 X movies. But
it's the only
and
choice.
again, this is
Out of all the movies
sort
Mike's
of-
done, it's the only one I'm going to say shouldn't be here. But it's okay. I like Wolverine, I guess.
It is loosely based on the Old Man Logan storyline that ran in the Wolverine comic, which was really good and had all.
That was a one-off, right?
I think it was a miniseries.
Yeah.
They've done a lot with it since.
They've done a lot since then. They've also done you get a blind Hawkeye in that story. So they did an Old Man Barton and a Old Man Star-Lord one, I think. But they've gone back to that in a few times. But this movie probably wouldn't have happened without that comic book existing, even though it's not like an adaptation or really. It's just takes some of the basic premise of here's old Logan doing this mission, whatever.
I mean, and Jackman is Wolverine.
He's great,
Kinda like
of course.
the / Robert Downey is Iron Man. It's going to be hard
Like
to
what Lee
recast.
Paxton played.
It'll be really
Yeah.
interesting to see who they can find to replace. When they inevitably have to move on at some point. But Jackman keeps getting in great shape and making these damn movies, so he might last forever.
Yeah, so it's all the what do you call it?
60 years old playing Wolverine.
He does a lot of show tunes.
I can see exactly. He was in Oklahoma. He's in a lot of musicals. You're right.
Claire
Greatest
loves
showman.
show tunes.
He is the greatest showman.
Oh my god. Okay, so where are we at on the list? Is it we're the last one, right?
We're on Bill's number 1, I think.
Did you do your number 2, Walls? What was your number 2, Walls?
I think I did my number 2.
You did-
Dread.
Oh, Dread. Okay.
Yeah. I
Well,
only
even
got
though
one
Walls,
left.
even though Walls has already shit all over this movie, pardon my French. I'm going in.
Don't you cuss on this channel.
Sorry, he's already poo-pooed all over this choice. But I'm going Avengers Endgame just because it is the capstone for all these things.
Sorry, Bill. If I'd
What
known
is
that,
like
I
it-
probably would have been a little kinder.
Yeah,
What
it's
an
okay.
eclectic list of MCU movies.
Again, well, that's always the thing. Again, I could have made 3 different lists that had none of these movies on them. But I think of the most important and the best. I mean, this is a great movie. It's not just a great superhero
Look,
movie.
I'm not going to
It's a
lie.
great movie.
I'm a little disappointed because you're a comic book store owner, and none of these are directly based off of comics.
Well, what? Okay,
Like a storyline, like Days of Futures Past or
Infinity War is clearly Infinity Gauntlet is a major storyline for Marvel Universe.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Infinity Crusade and War and all that stuff played out of that. So yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, in Iron Man, he does build a suit in a cave essentially, or not in a cave, but it's a crappy, chunky looking suit, clunky looking suit. But yeah, but in game, I just rewatched both of these films because I was kind of like,
Yeah.
But they hold up beautifully for me, and they have again juggle so many characters. And in the second one, you get Hawkeye you didn't have in the early. You had to get Ant-Man actually does something good,
Yeah.
and and there's just so many great little scenes going back and revisiting these things. I like the time travel part of it, and the fact that there's the whole one in 14 million chance, and when Strange puts up that one, and you know what's happening, you're like, oh yeah, this is great. So I think everything pays off neatly. Everybody has something to do. If Captain Marvel had been there earlier, I mean, she should have knocked all those ships out of the sky. That's the problem with that character. She's too powerful.
Too powerful. Yeah.
And you talk about the big battle scenes, but in this one you do get Cap, Thor, Iron Man, the big 3, just wailing on Thanos, and he is taking every bit of it and not not going down.
Well, they make him bleed, right? And he's like,
He
all of that for a
does
little drop of blood.
all that for a little drop of blood. And again, when Captain America has Mjolnir, I've never heard an audience cheer like that in any
Yes,
other
I
film.
agree. I agree.
So
Well,
those
and
moments.
I know I didn't shit on the movie. I really loved the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Don't say the S word. Poo poo.
Okay. But the scene where Tony Stark sees his dad is beautiful.
Yeah, love that. It's
It's
good
a
stuff.
beautiful scene.
He hugs him and he's like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
Why
They had hinted at the Mjolnir thing in the original Avengers when Captain America kind of tries to pick it up and it moves a little bit, and you see Thor's
Yeah.
face like, "Whoa!"
He's a little bit worried.
Well,
But
he
then in
even
this, he's
says,
like,
"I
I knew
knew
it.
it."
I knew it.
Yeah, he even says, "I knew it." Right.
Yeah.
But
When it actually dog.
what's Terry talking about?
She's just barking. I don't know. It's got rabies and
No, but I'm just thinking about the sequences. Like,
Artemis.
I love how all the characters have their own specific goals. Like the Hulk had to go to the Mastix Mister, or whatever her name is, the Mystic Arts, and she's like
the ancient one,
right? And it's played by what's her name,
Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton. Yeah.
And she's like, Strange gave it away, and it's like, well, Strange wouldn't have gave it away unless he needed to. It's just
Exactly.
cool little,
Yeah.
and the great scene
really
where
what
Captain
seals the
America,
deal.
that's America's ass, and he's like, that is America's ass.
Yeah, because Iron Man is like, or Tony's like, oh, that outfit doesn't do your butt any good or something. It's so funny.
Yeah, and he has to knock himself out. It's great,
At the beginning, you get Hawkeye as Ronin too, which in the comics, when Ronin showed up, like everybody's like, "Who is Ronin?" And that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's just.
I did not expect that at all when that frame didn't have that sequence, but yeah.
It's a sad movie, because it's basically they're dealing with the whole movie at the beginning. They're dealing with the loss of everybody going away. I mean, they deal with the snap, like having to, oh my God, it's just 5 years later. It's still there hasn't been a healing, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Let's think of Mike. You got anything else to say on that one?
No, I love Endgame. I think Endgame's a great movie, and it's a great. It's the funny thing is, just looking at a TV. Anytime I look at a new TV, I think of Avengers Endgame, and I try to play Avengers Endgame on it, the battle scene, because it's so beautiful and great.
And I could have gone. I mean, again, I know it's boring to have those. That's why I really wanted to put those Avengers movies as one thing, because they're 1A, 1B.
I definitely can see that. Yeah,
I could have flipped them either way. But just the fact that this is the wrap up, and there's again that cap with the hammer, and I don't know. There's
you're talking about the juggling they had to do,
killing Thanos at the beginning of the film. That's a great sequence. The fact that he's like, I've done what and Thanos' motivation as a villain, he is completely convinced that he has done the right thing, and you don't get that with a lot of villains in these things because they're just like, I want to take over.
Well,
the
there's
world,
a sequence where he gets the recording from Nebula and sees where he gets killed. He actually sees his death. I always thought that was a cool sequence,
You get a lot of memes out here too, where it's like Thanos was right.
Thanos was right. Yes, yeah, you do get that meme. Yeah, Brolin did a great job as Thanos.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you said, the juggling. What are they going to do with this? You thought that was juggling. What are they about to do with this next movie? You're bringing in Doom and
Doom Wars. I just don't know how. I don't know how they can give people enough screen time. But they've broken the second Avengers movie into two. So they'll be two Secret Wars 1 and 2. I think is that official?
Well, what is the Secret Wars? You're a comic guy. Is that with the green guys?
Well, there's been a couple of different Secret Wars storylines, and I think this is going to blend two of them. The original, you had this guy, the Beyonder, who basically took all these pieces from different planets and basically populated that world with all these different people. So you get a lot of the heroes and villains like battling on this world. It was from the toy line. They basically wrote a comic based on this toy line of Marvel action figures. And the second one is more like Doom. Well, they've got a storyline going now, or we're just finishing the comics, where Doom basically was Sorcerer Supreme and kind of ran the world. So I think it's going to play out some of those different storylines. We'll see. I don't really know. I mean, it could be with all those characters. God knows. It could be
There's
anything.
been a rumor now that apparently like Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider might be in one of these.
That's they said that for the Deadpool Wolverine is a possibility too, and it didn't show up in that. But I'm really curious to see. And again, the Russos outside of the MCU have not made a mistake, or
No.
inside the MCU.
No, they haven't. Like
so
Captain America 2 is an incredible movie.
Again, Winter Soldier and Civil War both were. Again, I could consider those in the list as well.
Me too.
And I kind of hate, and there are movies that I exclude, like Superman. I love that movie, but flying backwards around the world to change that pisses me off to the point I could not include that movie. Superman 2 would be more likely for me. But anyway.
If I wanted to do an MCU movie, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't have an MCU movie in my top 5, but Guardians of the Galaxy might be.
I definitely consider the first one. Yeah. Even
Well, we need to do a top 5 MCU movies. I mean, obviously. So.
Again, I just did almost.
Well.
Yeah, Bill just did an MCU top 5.
I'll do a different
Bill,
one.
you can start with the last. You can redo it. Do your list again.
And Walt did a non-superhero top 5.
Yeah. Well, we could do a worst.
Okay, well, y'all telling me they're not superheroes? I think they are.
Well, and again, we've had this debate. Batman's not, I don't think, is really a superhero, but obviously he's a hero. So.
Well, that brings me my number 1. Batman 1989.
I'm going to go ahead and I'll share it with you. It's my number 1 as
Great
well.
minds think alike, Michael.
Well, and that was also
Great
another
minds
reason
think alike,
I knew you guys would have that on there, so I definitely considered it. I do have problems with it, but great film. I'm sorry, do your reason. Sorry.
Go ahead,
Well,
Walt.
let's just. You want me to start, or you want to go?
Well, you brought this one to the table, so it's you, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I like to do on this channel is talk about my experiences. That movie, 1989. So
You're about, what, 25?
I'm 7 years old, jackass. 7 years old, and it is a marketing juggernaut. I mean, I remember the toy line. I remember the cups. I remember the McDonald's stuff. I remember everything. Like
There's the Taco Bell cup as well. I have a Taco Bell cup from that.
To me, that was okay, Star Wars was a blockbuster. I get it. But I don't think I'd ever seen anything like Batman 89 in my lifetime.
The Star Wars, they weren't ready for the marketing. Batman, they were ready for the marketing, and they sold. I mean, again, I wasn't running the shop at that point, but by everyone who was open at that point, that was the biggest bonanza of selling. Anything with a Batman logo on it, you could sell.
Hey, Bill, when that came out, had you retired from the store by then?
What?
No, he had retired.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
You lost me with that one.
You said you weren't at the store.
I didn't have a store yet.
Oh, because you had retired.
It was before no.
Bill, we've only known you to do one thing.
I was in college in the store. Actually. I was in college learning stuff.
You didn't go to college. You went to a bunch of these comics, School of Hard Knocks.
I should have opened a comic shop instead of going to college, but I waited a few years and then before wasting my life.
But let's just look at it. Let's look at 1989. Who do they get to play the Joker?
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
You didn't know that?
Is Jack Nicholson not the greatest comic book actor of all time?
Jack's great.
I mean, just think about it.
Some folks will argue Heath Ledger's a better Joker. So
that's fine.
Well,
this guy
Jack
makes a deal.
Probably the biggest actor who
he's
huge.
This guy supposedly makes a deal that they want him so bad that he gets residuals, not for that Batman movie, not for the next Batman movie, for every Batman movie ever made, he gets residuals off of. That's how bad they wanted him.
I've never heard that legit, but yeah.
Well, Google.
I've heard that rumor,
put yourself in their perspective. They didn't know the movie was going to. What did Batman 1989 turn into? Everything else, the Batman animated series.
The fact that they gave us the animated series is
yeah. Like to me, 89 started the comic book craze. It started that Blade wouldn't have got made without 1989. I got to be honest with you. X-Men wouldn't have been made without 1989. Superman and whatever that one would
that's existed
Brendan
before.
Ralph wouldn't have got made. You know what I'm saying?
Superman was before Batman 89.
I'm talking about one with Brandon Ralph.
And the Christopher Reeve Superman definitely could be on anybody's list.
Oh, well, I love Christopher Reeve as Superman. But
the 3 and 4 absolutely.
I could tell you, like, if the internet was around in 1989, or let's say 88, when they announced who's going to be Batman, Michael freaking Keaton, I can hear Bill at the time, wherever he is, because Bill can be a little negative sometimes. Beetlejuice?
Honestly, I've usually been pretty positive in this casting, but a lot of folks are like Mr. Mom, not Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
They thought
Or
Beetlejuice was
Stephen
much of a
Wall.
stretch.
you
Or
and
Stephen
Laughing
Wall
John,
saying he's
it was
too
like,
skinny. He's too skinny to be Batman.
who said
Well,
that?
most folks are like he's too short, but yeah.
There's no way Beetlejuice is going to be Batman, Laughing John. I can hear you doing that in 1988.
No, again, I was a believer in Michael Keaton though, so yeah, that's not like. But a lot of folks were like you're saying, they definitely had that opinion.
Right.
So Walt, before we get into talking about the movie, you talked about you look at it as memories and things that happened. I want to share mine before we start talking about the movie.
Absolutely.
My dad didn't really go to movies like that. My mom loves movies. My dad, he just really wasn't into movies like that. He, in 1989, talking about the marketing of this movie, he took me to see Batman.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah,
never took me to movies
Yeah.
like that. Like it just wasn't his thing. And he took me to see Batman '89.
Where'd you see that?
shows how the
I'm
marketing.
curious. Where'd you see that? The Carmike?
The Septum
Yeah, me
theater.
too. That's where I saw it at.
Yeah, where Tilt was.
Where Tilt was in Warehouse Music or
Tilt and Scoots
Turtles.
and Turtles.
Turtles music. Yeah.
That was a hot corner, man. Back then. Oof.
Oh,
Well,
big time.
so
I was 13 years old. Since we like to tell our ages here, I was 13 when it came out.
look, dude, it's a part of life. I want to know what you were thinking in 1989, and you just gave me that. I love that. I love that. But I could tell you that, like, my dad was the total opposite. He loved flicks like this, and like I remember, he bought the freaking soundtrack on vinyl and would have it playing in his pharmacy.
That's
You know, and it wasn't the freaking Prince stuff. It was the
Elfman soundtrack.
Danny Elfman
Yeah.
stuff, which
Thor.
that is Batman's theme. Okay.
Oh, for sure. No doubt.
Dun, dun, dun,
So
dun. That's Batman's theme. When I would read comics, at your store, this is the Batman. The Batmobile. I have a picture, early photo of me and my dad. I've got a picture with that Batmobile at the car show in Atlanta. And I want to tell this little story. We went to the car show, and my dad, I got a little Steve Wall gets a picture with the Batmobile. We go to Hooters for lunch. So let's say that's 1990. So now I'm 8 years old. I'm going to Hooters. I get back home. My mom goes, "Hey, where'd y'all go eat lunch at?" I don't know, but it had an owl at it. She goes, "Are you what? You went to Hooters?" I said, "Yeah, that was it. I got me a grilled cheese sandwich." All I heard for the next 2 hours is her cussing my old man out. "You took my son to Hooters. That trashy place." I was like, "Oh my God." I'll never forget it. I got my dad in trouble on a Hooters day. It's my first Hooters experience, and I got to see the Batmobile.
And you've hated breasts ever since.
Oh, no, man, I love them. I get the strip cheese sandwich at Hooters now.
So I guess since you're saying I was 21 when this came out, I saw it in Athens with a friend of mine who we saw T2 and Baron Munchausen and lots of stuff together. But that was
Athens, huh?
Yeah. I was at UGA at the time. Okay, for that 89, 90.
Did you get the big cup? You remember the big cups you got?
Don't think so. I don't think we got any refreshments at all. But
well,
should have.
It's like, and I know I'm segueing. We went and saw Batman Returns in Lenox Mall, and the whole time I'm sitting there with my old man. He's going because of the penguin. And I'm like, "Dad, it's not freaking Burgess Meredith's penguin. This is Danny DeVito."
I'm calling BS on that story because there's no way Walls knew who Burgess Meredith was at that point.
Dude, you're so wrong for that. Because let me tell you something. I love Rocky, and Burgess Meredith was Globulus on G.I. Joe the movie. So yes, I knew exactly who Burgess Meredith was.
Globulus?
Knew he was Penguin.
Yeah, Globulus or Globulus. I'll show you, Bill. Yeah, let me.
The name sounds weird, but yeah.
Well, he's the main bad guy in G.I. Joe the movie.
Again, I think this can be a good number one because of the importance of the film. There are things I hate about it, Billy D. Williams probably would have been okay as Two-Face, but that doesn't play out. I hate Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon. I hate
Definitely the
Robert
worst part of the
Wool.
movie.
I hate Robert Wool in this movie. Though he's a good comedy writer, he's not a good performer in this movie. I don't even like Vicky Vale that much, but Jack Palance, fantastic, of course.
Well, and then of course Jack Nicholson is
Jack Nicholson, the Jacks are great. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. The Commissioner Gordon is the weakest Commissioner Gordon. But you forgot Alfred, who is great.
Alfred's
Alfred is
fantastic.
great.
Well,
I mean,
and as the series goes on and gets worse, it goes. And I like Batman Returns more every time I see it. Michelle
Oh,
Pfeiffer's fantastic. DeVito's
great
character
movie.
is disgusting, but he's so good at it. I
such a
love
good
that.
movie.
I don't really.
This is your partner, Fred's hand.
Tommy Lee Jones is awful in Batman Forever.
That's
God.
so bad. He's trying to play the Joker again. He's not
trying to
playing
be the Joker.
Two-Face.
So have
And
you ever,
again, I blame the director. But
I try not to, to get off subject too bad.
oh
but,
yeah, for sure. Don't want to. Yeah.
But there's this Jim Carrey interview that's awesome where I think he's talking to Norm Macdonald, and he says that he's in a restaurant, and they've already been cast together in Batman and in Forever, and he said he goes over there and he goes, Tommy Lee grabs him, and he goes, I hate you so much.
Okay.
And Jim Carrey's like, okay. He's like, supposedly he said, I can't condone your buffoonery. And it's like, dude, your Two-Face is just as goofy as freaking the Riddler is.
I think Jim Carrey's fine in that movie, and again, should be a comedy counterplay to an insane Two-Face.
Jim Carrey is the reason to watch the flick.
Two-Face is kind of trying to be funny too, and I don't like that.
It's horrible. It's a horrible.
The bit where Jim Carrey's like, and when he's not in the costume, and he's like, "How's my mole?" He's got the mole like Bruce Wayne. I love that.
How's my mole?
Those are lots of great little things with him in there.
Your entrance was great. His was better.
His was better.
A lot of great scenes in that movie. But going back to Batman '89, talking about Two-Face, who was introduced in it? Harvey Dent. Which they had a planned trilogy, and would we have loved to see Billy D as Two-Face? I would have loved to see him.
Hopefully, I would have liked to see what it would have been. Yeah.
So supposedly Robin Williams was supposed to be in the next sequel. He was going to be the Riddler.
Yeah, he was going to be the Riddler.
Yeah,
right.
And he was going to be Two-Face, and all kinds of good
stuff. And again, for whatever reasons, it took them forever to get this movie made. They've been trying to make a Batman movie to match because Superman 1 and 2 had done fantastically, even though that franchise petered out. But it took forever for them to actually get this Batman movie made, which seems crazy that Batman writes itself. I don't know why that would be so difficult. But they had Bill Murray was going to be Batman at one point. It was going to be a comedy, and
I would say it comes back from the what's his name? The Batman show, the campy show. Hollywood has the inability to see past something like that. So the campy, what's it called? I don't know. Who was Batman in the show?
Adam West.
Which
was great.
Speaking of, I was this close to putting Mask of the Phantasm on there.
Oh wow.
Batman the Animated Series. Such a phenomenal telling of Batman.
Yeah.
So maybe we do an animated one of these. I'll bring it up next time. But what you do get to see in the origin of Batman '89 is that Jack Nicholson is who kills his parents, which is not in the canon whatsoever. What's the line? You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? That was the hook.
In the comics, it's just a guy called Joe Chill, but it made perfect sense. It's kind of like of course moment when they blink them together. The Joker,
the actor
you made me, I made you.
The actor he's like, you made me first. You never hit a guy with glasses, would you? I mean, the movie's got such great sequence. But the guy that played Jack Nicholson our young Jack Nicholson in '89. Okay, we're recording. I changed the path. I think we're good.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
Complaining about when we went off the air?
What is the number one superhero movie?
Let me just tell y'all right now, the greatest superhero movie of all time is Batman 1989.
See, and again, it depends on me what your criteria is. Is it the most important for the history and future of superhero movies? I would definitely say yes. So
Like,
it's not my favorite of those movies. If I was going to like, what superhero movie am I going to watch? It wouldn't be that first. It would be pretty soon on the list though. So yeah,
I mean, you just look at the powerhouse acting, Jack Nicholson.
of course. He's always fun.
I mean, he's the
Lawrence,
Joker.
my music.
The Joker is the
Is
greatest
that the
villain
only
of all time.
Prince? Is that the only Prince song in the movie when they does the art gallery thing?
No, the whole soundtrack's got Prince songs.
I know why, but how much do they actually play in the movie though? That's what I'm trying to
The
remember.
bat dance, well, he does dun 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 dun. That's a song where they're throwing the money. Money, 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 hubba hubba hubba.
Yeah,
Who do
yeah,
you
yeah.
trust? Me? I'm giving away 3 money. And where is the Batman? That's a Prince song playing right there.
It's
And then
clips,
of course
and
the
bits, yeah.
yeah, I can't remember the song playing right there. It's trust. Da, 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 da. It's trust, isn't it? Trust.
Yeah.
Da,
Oh,
da,
yeah,
da,
yeah.
da, da.
Yeah,
It's
at
a
the gallery.
trust.
It would make sense. Who do you trust?
Who do you trust? Me? I'm going away free money. Yeah, but then they do the song in the museum, which what a creepy museum.
Oh, in the museum.
It's wonderful toys. That's a great line.
Oh yes, that was the trailer line, right?
Yeah,
Where does
probably.
he get
Yeah.
those wonderful toys?
Jack Nicholson does such a great job in the museum, and especially when he's talking to Vicky Vale, and like the Jerry Hall's character comes up, and he's like, acting like, oh my God, there's the ball and chain. Oh,
Oh God! And she's been like, yeah, because she's like, Jack, you told me I was going to help you with the paintings. Oh God!
and you know what? They show her deformity, and her deformity's not that
Not that
bad,
bad.
really. They make it seem like she's just like can't get around and all
I
this.
mean,
It looks like
she's
it's
clearly had
her
acid
skin.
get on her face.
Yeah, it just looked like she's got like a little skin burn right there.
Another thing I don't like in the film, and I'm just like taking nits here, the bit with the hand that pops up out of the box, just with the dead flowers, that didn't work for me. I don't understand that, but
Her
Bill-
passing out in that's pretty funny too. She's like,
it's like what? Yeah,
And the Joker goes, oh.
he makes it work with his farty
Right.
exit.
Well,
He lifts the
can you
tails of his
please,
costume, right?
could
Yeah.
somebody out there tell me, either here or somebody who's going to listen to this, tell me what Bruce Wayne Nespa means in that scene? Because the Joker says that he's like Bruce Wayne Nespa. What does that mean?
I should know what that means.
Is that a term that you've heard before?
Yeah, that's a French. Yeah, it's a French phrase. Someone would say, but
Okay, thanks, Bill. Thanks.
I don't.
So
I'm not
it's a French
sure the
phrase.
translation though. Or I should know that.
Nespa.
Nespa. Yeah.
another nit to pick in this too is Bruce Wayne using that little tray as body armor.
Stop the bullet.
It's literally like this big, like it's a little tiny little tray. You gotta hope that he's gonna shoot you right there.
It's a good. Yeah.
Well,
I love the fact that Batman when he takes Vicky Vale to the cave and he's got that little light that shines in her eyes, she can't see where they're going. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's got a car equipped with this for some reason.
And
like,
what
just-
about
just
how
in
Alfred
case I
just
ever bring
lets her in the
anybody.
freaking bat cave? Like, what are you doing, Alfred? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
And the Batmobile looks cool, but it's wobbly. I don't.
No.
it's
You're
really
thinking
fun.
of no, not this.
It's the second one.
Yeah, it's not that one either. It's the Batman Forever one and the Batman and Robin one.
I was thinking one of the ones in the Burton one shook, but yeah, when he takes that corner and he hits the grapple on the corner and it makes the turns, like that is bad. But okay,
I don't know if y'all
it's,
can
it's
see.
cool looking.
I don't know if y'all can see the sequence playing, but it's the
I
Batwing
can't.
sequence.
I can only see Mike and myself and a
Yeah.
blank middle.
Yeah, same. I see Bill,
Let me see
and
if I
then
can do
the
a screen
little.
share.
I guess it's a throwing star. That's all I can
Here.
guess.
How about now?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
One of the
Oh.
funnier scenes in the movie that's not Jack after he saved Vicky Vale and done the little wire that takes her up to the top thing, and he's like, afterwards, he's like, and you weigh more than 108 pounds.
Yeah. Right. He's like 108 pounds. You're right. And let's not even talk about the damn Joker goons in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Bob, man. Bob's like the greatest
Bob is-
character of all time. Bob's
So
on the
the guy
screen right now, and he just gets shot like a chump.
Poor
The
Bob.
guy,
gets
guy that
killed by the
plays
Joker.
Bob, he was on a show called Best of the West, and he played this character called Frog. And it was I loved him from then on. So I was like, definitely happy to see Bob. Another cool bit in this too. This is it's a minor thing. The whole thing with the Joker poison makeup and how the people on TV are not using makeup at all. And they just look like shit.
Yeah, it's a combination. Oh yeah, he's been using brand X because you get a smile again and again.
I mean, there's so many hilarious things, like when he's arguing with the guy on the TVs, and the guy just bothers him enough so that he just pushes him off, and you see the other screen become Joker.
It's the mayor. It's the
Love
mayor,
it.
dude. He's like, you can't
That's the mayor.
hold Gotham hostage, and he's like, I need to be able to do that when you're talking.
Well, I can't even see you on my screen, so it's awesome for me.
Yeah, dude, that's well, and then of course the scene where he's like, he kills the entire mob bosses. You know, he's like, oh, we got a hot one here. We got a hot one here. He kills him with the electric hand thing.
The hand buzzer thing.
You know, as a kid, I was scared to death of those damn things after that thing. Because
It was another thing like quicksand. Another thing like quicksand, you were worried about shaking people's hands.
No doubt, dude. I don't think I ever touched one of those hand buzzers after that. Like, no, you're not going to kill me like the Joker. But yeah, and Bob the Goon is the character's name, right?
Yeah.
So apparently he is like a close personal friend of Jack Nicholson, and Jack was like, he's got to be in the movie.
I can see that.
So we can talk about
that. That was our top fives. Anyone who's watching, if you made it 3 hours into this, like, comment, and subscribe below. We're not getting any comments. We want to hear y'all's top fives so that we can pick them apart like y'all do ours.
Somebody comment. Somebody do something. You know what? We're not going to stop doing this.
Yeah, this is never ending.
You're going to have to deal with us for years to come. This is what we've been doing together for a long time. But yeah.
And now y'all get to hear it.
And now you get to hear it. Hey, all I'm hearing is getting positive feedback out there, dude. Dylan loved your box opening. Dylan's big into action figures. He loved the Funko stuff.
Cool.
We probably need to do some more content like that.
I don't know who Dylan is, but he is now my favorite subscriber.
Well, you'll try to. He's definitely. I think he's going to be at Days of the Dead. So.
Oh, is he really? Cool.
Yeah. So he'll get you meet, but he told me he's like I'm glad y'all are on Spotify because I'm at work. I just turn it on, listen to y'all, and then he goes y'all you'll do something while or play something, and I'll run over there and look at the screen to see what you're talking about. So looks like we got one fan.
Hey, that's awesome. That's one more than I expected.
But he loved the opening. He knew all the action figures you had, and he loved your Funko stuff. Like I said, we probably need to do more Funko stuff and signature stuff. That's
what I was thinking. One day going through and doing signature stuff, and showing signatures we have.
Yeah, and which we've got a ton. I got a whole book. Bill is a special guest. He's probably going to be on here quite a few times.
But you know what? Speaking of autographs, Bill asked for our autograph before we started filming. I
actually signed Bill's underwear
while I was wearing it.
While he was wearing them,
I signed his left boob,
his left nipple.
Oh.
As always, we go too far.
I got to get that tattooed in.
I sealed it with a kiss. It's a signed kiss.
I'm never washing this boob again.
God.
Not that I was watching it before.
Fair enough.
Oh God.
So that and anybody, like, comment, subscribe below. But also, if you want our autographs, we'll send them to you. Just let us know.
Absolutely.
Self-addressed stamped envelope.
Look, the way I've been pushing Days of the Dead, if we got one person that says, "Oh my God, I've seen your reels or seen y'all argue about Star Trek or it's your superhero video," I'll feel good.
So just to let y'all know, there is one autograph y'all cannot have, and that's Claire, because we don't let Claire come inside from reporting the weather.
Claire doesn't really exist. I really don't have a girlfriend. I'm a loser. So I invented her. She's a figment of my imagination. But yeah, I think Claire. I don't know. She's out there somewhere. She'll be at Days of the Dead, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's a weekend? So she should be.
Either that or Corey. And speaking of Corey, Corey has a girlfriend.
You know we're on air.
I know we are. That's to see who actually listens to this stuff. Claire, am I right? Corey has a girlfriend. He's been hiding it. He's been hiding it, but she bought her his tab the other day.
Oh wow.
Y'all will get to meet Corey at Days of the Dead. He's quite a character.
Corey, he's got signatures.
Yeah, he does.
He'd be good for your signature story.
We'll see about Corey coming online.
Yep.
Well,
No.
Here's my signatures.
Get him to recreate the toast from Brandon's wedding. That would be. Were you there for that? You were there for that, right?
I wasn't. I wasn't at Brandon.
Yeah.
Well, I was.
Did you know that the two little kids in Spider-Man 2 that give them the mask? That's the Pitts brothers.
That's who?
It's the Pitts brothers is Brandon and Corey. Here's your mask, Mr. Spider-Man.
I really like Spider-Man. Okay, well, I think that's enough.
And on that note,
y'all got anything else to say?
No, this was fun. I enjoyed it.
Great job with the top 5 list, guys.
Yeah, I really like that.
Fun, but I did enjoy the top 5 list.
I think we could, some of those movies we could do whole episodes on. I gotta be honest with you. Like, Batman 89 or
we talked about Batman 89 even before I was doing my first one. I was talking about Batman 89. We ended with it too. So yeah, there's a lot of talk there for sure. Maybe I'll watch along.
And Batman Begins by far is a far superior movie, but it's like the growing up with it,
Yeah, of course.
Okay, boys. I guess I'll post this and y'all can take a look at it and Mike, got anything to say, buddy?
Live long and prosper. Wait, that's not a superhero movie. Hold on.
No.
What is a good superhero quote?
Hey, look, someone gave me a Frantic design. I'm gonna put it. I don't know. Send it to you. I need some feedback. I kind of like our design personally, but
with great power comes great responsibility.
Wow. Kathleen Kennedy said that and said that Luke Skywalker said that.
What?
Yeah.
She's out. She's gone now.
Yeah, thank God. Maybe we can start doing some Star Wars content.
And there is good Star Wars content. It's just like she gets blamed for all the bad stuff, but
I am looking forward to the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure it could be good.
It should be fun. I like the show. I enjoyed the show a lot.
Let's do a Grogu trailer video soon. Okay. Well, the recording is stopping now, so y'all have